Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Celtic Tarot, and in today's pick a card reading, we are going to be doing the classic question: how is your person feeling about you? Y'all love to watch it, I love to make it. So let's get into today's reading, and I do want to mention there will be an extended if you are interested, if this is resonating, where we are going to look at what this person's next moves towards you are going to be. We're also going to get more channeled messages. There will be channeled messages in the free reading though, and tons of advice from spirit and everything that you need to know. So we have 4 piles for you guys to choose from today. Starting with pile 1, we have the Modern Love Tarot with this Carnelian and Flower Agate Palm Stone. And then for pile 2, we have the Wizard's Tarot with this Sunstone Palm Stone. And then for pile 3, we are using the Cosmic Slumber Tarot with this Orca Agate and Carnelian Palm Stone. And then finally for pile 4, we are going to be using the Celtic Tarot with this Fire Quartz Palm Stone. So go ahead and pause the video if you need to decide which pile you feel most drawn to. It's absolutely okay to be drawn to more than one. Just do whatever works for you. You might be asking about multiple connections. We'll be looking at the energy of the connection in the beginning of each reading. So if it's not resonating for you, it's likely not your pile. But that is all I have. Hopefully I'm gonna stop burping as I'm talking. Yeah, sometimes when I sound choked up, it's literally just because like I'm burping while I talk, which kind of happens before and during I start channeling. But yeah, that's all I have. So once you've picked your pile or piles, you can go ahead and scroll down to the description box or the comment section where I will have all the timestamps listed below. The extended will be down there as well if that is something you want to do, if this reading resonates for you and you're enjoying it. But that's all I have. So go ahead and find your reading and I will see you there. Hi there, pile 1. If you guys chose the Carnelian and Flower Agate and the Modern Love Tarot, this is going to be your reading. But first, to make sure this actually is your reading, I am going to check the energy of the connection. So I am going to do this in a person A, person B format, but my intention is for this first pile of cards to represent you and the other cards to represent your person, to hopefully make it a little less confusing. But if you find that the energies are flip-flopped, that's absolutely okay, and these will represent the energies in between here. But we're just going to go ahead and start with your energy. So to start, we have the Dolphin. We have Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? We have Control. Actually, I want to put that here. And we have Soul Connection. This is a soul connection between souls that recognize each other from a past life. So I definitely think that you are... Spirit's telling me to put the other cards down. Okay, no need to explain myself. Okay, so your person is being represented by the Eagle, by Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives, Influence, and Intense Connection. This is a deep connection. Triggers may arise. And the connecting energies of the connection are Starry Canyon, Look for the Light in the Dark, Optimism, Hope, Inspiration, and Unfinished Business. Okay, these are powerful, powerful energies to start off with. And I want to start over here with you, pile 1. We do have water energy here, so you could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or have those placements, but you certainly don't have to. The biggest thing here is that you are definitely in your feels when it comes to this connection, and you know your truth about them as well. You definitely have some sort of divine gifts or divine ability to sense energy. You could be a channeler, you could be a healer. That doesn't have to be your occupation, but it could be something that you explore or something that you enjoy doing. I think that you, more than anything, have just a lot of love for this person. I think that you recognize that there's something deeper here, and you probably have gone through a lot of healing when it comes to this connection. Or if this is a newer connection, it's likely that you feel like the universe has been preparing you for a connection like this. And I think that you are not only on a journey of like understanding what this connection is, but I think it's more so that you're on a journey of self-love, a journey of understanding who you are, understanding the greater purpose behind everything. It really extends far beyond this connection. But I do feel that this connection was either a catalyst for you to do a lot of healing, or it's something that's coming in as a result of a lot of healing that you've been doing. I really feel like with this dolphin card here, you probably don't see your value and the power that you hold. I think that you probably, in a lot of ways, don't see how incredible you are. No offense, but you're like kind of amazing. And I think that a lot of this probably is rooted in inner child stuff. People probably tore you down when you were younger, and that you've probably internalized a lot of inaccurate beliefs about yourself as a result. And so I think that you're in this process of learning how to surrender those unnecessary beliefs about yourself, and also start to shine your light anymore. Because with don't dim to fit in, I think that you're starting to express yourself more. I think you're starting to speak your truth more. You could be creating more or doing different things with social media. I also feel like with this control card being here, it does kind of seem like when it comes to this connection, maybe you've had a lot of fears about it, a lot of worries about it, and I feel like you're trying to let go of that control. You may also be afraid of making this person feel insecure in some way, or messing up the connection in some way. And I think as a result, you may be more reserved towards this person or more held back. But I feel like you're learning to kind of surrender and release the fears when it comes to this connection, because you have a recognition that there's something deeper here, and the universe will show you what needs to be seen when it's time. In fact, you may feel like the universe has been holding you back from this person, or holding this connection back. And I think that you're right about that. And I think one thing that the divine wants you to know is that the more you kind of sit into this surrendering, the easier things are going to feel. And I think you're just having this recognition now that just because things aren't going the way maybe you yourself wanted, or just because things aren't happening according to your timeline, doesn't mean that things aren't happening. Because when we look over at this eagle person, there's a lot of things happening on their end. So if this is your person, we do have air energy over here, so they could have Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini placements, but they don't have to. They are in their head though, but the Eagle card is a very powerful card. In fact, you both are coming through with very powerful energies, where I feel like you are learning to kind of accept your truth, accept who you are. And this Eagle person is overcoming a lot of mental barriers and a lot of unhelpful energies in their daily life. They have full recognition of this connection being something that is deep. You both recognize that. I mean, we have soul connection and intense connection. So I think that you probably have more understanding of the details of this connection, the reasons for this connection, whereas this person is kind of in this energy of, I don't know what this connection is about. All I know is that it's intense, it triggers a lot, and it is a lot for this person. But I think this person is starting to realize that there's almost this greater cosmic purpose to it, because they're releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So they're overcoming a lot of barriers that would stop them from being open to this connection. And I do feel like you may feel like this person is not really paying attention to you right now, or is not really interested in exploring this connection, or maybe they've just been kind of distant or detached. You could even be in separation with this person if that's the case. But no matter what, it does kind of seem like you may be more focused on the connection than this person is. It does kind of feel a little bit like they may be running from it. But I think there is a deeper purpose to this running energy, where they are trying to free themselves from a lot of problematic beliefs, limiting beliefs, and influences in their life that are not serving them. I do feel like the universe has been bringing them tower moments or opportunities to kind of cut ties with people or experiences or beliefs, once again, that are no longer resonating with them. With this Eagle card here, it seems like a lot of karma is being transmuted, a lot of karma is being cleared. And I also think that this person is gaining awareness of people and sources of confusion for them and trying to cut those out, especially with this influence card being here. I feel like almost the divine is starting to influence them, whether they believe in anything spiritually or not. They don't have to, but what I feel is that they probably are starting to listen to their own inner truths more and starting to value those more, and as a result, they're starting to be more discerning of what the people around them are saying about the things that they consume, like media and things like that, what those are telling them and how that makes them feel or how it makes them view the world. And as a result, this person is recognizing a lot of things that just aren't working for them. And what this is doing is allowing them to finally have freedom from a lot of things that they felt really bogged down by and really trapped by. So this is a really powerful time for this person where they're really overcoming a lot of their limiting beliefs, a lot of their shadow aspects that they weren't aware of, I feel like are coming to light. And I feel like there's a lot of release happening for this person. I also think that this is being really helpful for their self-esteem. I think that they're starting to recognize their worth. They're starting to recognize that the triggers that this connection creates are not to tear them down, but they're actually there to lift them up. And I think that they are learning a lot in the process. So I also think that this person is just ascending in general. With 33 here, 333 could be a synchronicity related to this person, or this person may be seeing about you, because I do think that you're on this person's mind in a sort of like, what would pile one do in this situation? I feel like this person views you as somebody very compassionate, and they're definitely not like running away from you in the sense that they don't have any interest in talking to you. It's almost like I need to get this stuff kind of sorted out, and I'll come meet you halfway when it's time. And it's almost like you're kind of in this energy over here being like, okay, do your thing. Like, I'm just gonna be over here, like, diving in the waters of love and shit. And it's not like love for this person. It's just like love for life, love for yourself, love for living, And I think you both are in two different energies. This person is a lot more in like an air energy, and you're in a watery energy, and I think that these are the necessary energies that you both need to be in to kind of do what you need to do at this time. It's like you both have different healing needs. And I even think what's interesting as well is like we have this lightning here, which obviously would be in the sky, so it's like this person is kind of getting beyond a lot of limitations that they've been having in terms of how they think about romantic connections in general, how they think about people. And I think that this person is having the awareness that they can use this triggering energy, this energy that is shaking up the foundations that they've had, and use it to their benefit rather than look at it as like a punishment from the universe or something that's slowing them down. It's almost like this person didn't even realize that they had wings, and now that any opportunity to stand on solid ground is being taken away from them, they're being forced to fly, and they're looking above their situation rather than looking at it from a zoomed in lens. And looking at their situation from a more bird's eye perspective is helping them see the truth of a lot of things. I feel like they're less focused on this connection, if I'm being honest, but I feel like the divine is creating a lot of emphasis of this connection in this person's life by tearing down a lot of illusions that no longer work for them. I think they're seeing a lot of synchronicities. I think that you're on their mind a lot, and that might be because they're also on your mind a lot. I think that they probably will pick up sometimes on your energy because you may be thinking about them as well. it definitely is a more vice versa energy, but for you, I think that because you kind of are learning to accept the feelings that you have for them, learning to accept what you feel for them, what this connection is, it's kind of like you're able to rest in that with more peace. And for this person, it's like they're able to pick up on it, and it's almost like they couldn't ever forget you if they tried. But you become this motivation to keep tearing down things that no longer work, because the connecting energy between the two of you being unfinished business and look for the light in the dark, optimism, hope, inspiration, I feel like you both have hope for this connection. I think you both recognize that there is unfinished business here, and that you do want to bring things full circle. It's just kind of like you're both working on your own individual healing. And one thing that I think is really interesting is, for this, we have 3 figures in both of these light cards. And so I think for you, a lot of your healing has to do with grounding your light into the 3D, not being afraid to express your truth, not letting your fears and your what ifs hold you back from being your authentic self. And I feel like for this person, their light side is giving them the freedom to finally move beyond a lot of things that were holding them down. So I feel like this is a really beautiful time in your individual lives where you're starting to be more optimistic and hopeful, and use this connection as an opportunity to be inspired. And I think that you both are following your own inner truths, or learning how to follow your own inner truths. And as a result, it is really benefiting yourselves individually and benefiting the energies of this connection. And I think there's just this kind of inner awareness of like, that you both can trust the divine to allow this to unfold when it is time. And as you both understand yourselves, you're learning to understand each other as well. And I think that is really, really beautiful. So if that resonates, let's go ahead and get into your person's true feelings for you, which might be a little bit interesting, since if this is the eagle person, their feelings are more thoughts probably, but we'll see. We'll give the tarot a good shuffle. This is the Modern Love Tarot. And if this is resonating, there will be an extended where we are looking at what this person's next moves towards you are going to be. We'll get more channeled messages and advice, and just see what is going to be happening in this connection and what you can expect. Let's give these one more good shuffle, then we'll get into it. Okay, I liked that. That was satisfying. So, Spirit, how is pile 1's person currently feeling about pile 1? Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Six of Pentacles upright. We have the Knight of Wands upright. We have the Ace of Cups upright. This is actually really beautiful, beautiful energy. We only need 4 cards, I'm being told. Can we clarify the Ace of Pentacles in reverse? Okay, we have the Chariot. We have the Fool in reverse. We got the Knight of Wands. We have Judgment. We got the Ace of Cups. We have the Lovers, okay. And on the back of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is such a clear message. Like, you know that phrase, like, when you're looking for something, it's like, it's so close to you. If it was a snake, it would bite you. Yeah, if you've been feeling like this situation is going to come full circle soon, you're not wrong in thinking that. In fact, the biggest thing that Spirit can advise you is to be patient in this situation, because this person absolutely sees your value. They see the worth of this connection, and they want to make you a substantial offer. What's happening right now with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, this person does not have enough grounding yet. They don't have enough to offer you, because they want to offer you something. They either want to offer you a new beginning with the Fool in reverse, or make amends to start something fresh. If this is a newer connection, I think that this person is in the process of tying up loose ends in their own old life, sort of, so that they can be more open to you in this new connection. Because with 2 aces here, they want to offer you something, and they do have feelings for you. They are attracted to you. They get butterflies, one thing that I'm hearing. Oh my god, I didn't even notice the snake on this card. Okay, holy crap. So yeah, this person is definitely planning on moving towards you, and it's almost like as they work on their own healing, they're like naturally moving towards you. I kind of like see the image of like a boomerang almost, like they gotta go away to come back, like it's kind of their healing process, but they are planning on offering you something. They want to. And I think it's just a matter of knowing when it's time and when this person has the time and the resources to do so. With the Knight of Wands being upright here and the Judgment card being upright here, I do think that this person has had an awakening some kind about the people that they associate with and the behaviors that they exhibit that are maybe not really aligned with their truth. Because with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, I think this person is realizing that they are the root of a lot of their problems, and that they have been allowing a lot of less than ideal circumstances to continue in their life, because I feel like they haven't really been taking action towards the things that truly need to be addressed. I feel like this person has always found it easier to escape what's troubling them to rather than truly face it. But they're recognizing that they do need to take some sort of action towards you, because they really do see something special with you, and they have a lot of feelings for you. And I don't think that that is something that this person experiences very often. And I do think that they're having to reflect on how they have viewed love and romantic connections in the past, and recognize that maybe it's not that love wasn't for them, but maybe they just were around the wrong people, or had the wrong ideas, or hadn't had the opportunity to see love from a more authentic standpoint. And I think the universe has kind of been hitting them over and over with truth bombs. In fact, another thing I want to mention is that we have all major arcanas on the bottom row. And so I feel like this person does want to invite more love into their life, but in order to do that, they have to be able to receive it. And so it's kind of like they're in this process of making room for more love in their life, because they don't have the room for it right now. And I think that's because they have been holding on to a lot of things that just weren't serving them anymore. But with this hourglass being here, it's only a matter of time before this Wheel of Fortune is upright. And so it's like they're kind of in the process of recognizing what action they can take in their own personal life to kind of eliminate what's going on here, eliminate what's holding them back from being more authentic with you, what's holding them back from being more authentic with themselves, and the experiences in their life that are holding them back from their truths. I definitely think that this person really wants a fresh beginning, but there are circumstances and people that can't be there for that to happen. And so I think they're in this process of shedding and letting things go. I also think that they're kind of trusting that the universe is taking them exactly where they need to go. The song White Horse by Taylor Swift may be significant. And another thing that I'm seeing here is that this person is really just trying to get balanced, especially with their finances before they move forward. I think that they really care about being able to provide in some way. That's something that they're really concerned about, and I think they do put a lot of pressure on themselves. But I kind of see you in this Judgment card. Like they've had some sort of ego death or awakening when it comes to you, where they realize that they may have viewed you in a triggering way, like you were kind of like tearing them down, when in fact you were lifting them up and empowering them this whole time. And it's not that you yourself were tearing them down, it's that your influence was shedding light on things that maybe they weren't comfortable with seeing the truth of. And so now that you're kind of coming into their life, it's like they have, or their desire for you to come into their life, they kind of have no choice but to see the truth and to get out of this dark space that they've been in, because they do, like they want to go into the water with you. Like they're tired of being stuck in their head. They're tired of playing things safe. They're tired of pretending to be someone that they're not anymore. With this Knight of Wands here, I feel like this person has always been satisfied with very like surface level connections, and maybe not the type of person to really go deeper. But I think that your influence is something where this person really just can't even deny what they share with you anymore. So it's literally like they want to meet you halfway, like with the eagle and the dolphin being there. It's like if you're in the water, then they want to get to the rocks at the very least to be able to meet you there. And so I think honestly it's a matter of time. I'm excited to see what's going on in the extended, but they're just feeling like you are the person for them if you're not already with them. I think that you're going to see things shifting in this connection very soon. I think that you're going to actually be very pleasantly surprised, and I think you're going to be happy that you listened to your heart and not what your head told you. In fact, if I could give you any advice from Spirit, it would be to trust what your heart tells you and not let external appearances dissuade you from your truth, because this person wants to give to you equally, and they're not able to do that yet with this Ace of Pentacles in reverse. But it's not something that they're not able to do forever. It's like they just need to continue moving forward. They need to allow certain things to come into place. And I kind of see here with this Six of Pentacles card, if I can, my talons will pick it up, you know, this girl is holding a box full of pentacles, and this girl is holding a box of hearts. And so I feel like this person is maybe a more practical type of person, a more acts of service or gifts kind of person, and you may be a type of person who likes quality time or giving affection, words of affirmation. And I feel like this person wants to meet your compassion and love with security, or the ability to provide, or the ability to show you that they can show up in the physical as well. Like they want to show up for you in meaningful ways that aren't just words. They don't want to be manipulative or allow their fears to stop them from moving forward. And I think in this person's case, they know that they have to show up, they have to ground their intentions, and I think that's what they're planning on doing. That's what they want to take action towards. And so they're kind of just waiting for everything to align to kind of allow this time, this you know, hourglass. I think I called it like a sand timer once, and people like roasted the hell out of me, but like give me a break. I'm freaking channeling. I can't remember the names to everything all the time, but this person is waiting for this hourglass to be upright. They're waiting for the right time, and that's when they're really gonna strike. And I think you both are gonna know when it's close. In terms of like energies that we have here, we have Gemini energy, we also have Cancer energy with the Chariot, and with Judgment here we have Plutonian energy. And so I think they're being deeply transformed in terms of their actions, in terms of their intentions behind their actions, and the deeper truths behind what it is that they want. But they definitely have feelings for you. If you've been physically intimate with this person, I think that awakened them in certain ways as well. And I think that this person is trying to move beyond fears of commitment, fears of growing up, fears of being more serious, because I think that they recognize that you're too valuable to lose. It kind of seems like you both are two sides of the same coin. And they just see you as someone who could be incredibly healing despite the challenges that come with this connection. And I think that this person recognizes that they're not somebody who typically backs down from a challenge, so why would they start now? So that is incredibly straightforward, but really beautiful. I mean, when it comes to these messages, like the way this person feels is pretty straightforward. I think right now they're gaining freedom to make plans to make this happen and wait for everything to align correctly. So let's go ahead and get some channeled messages from them and see what they want to say to you. So Spirit, what would pile one's person say to pile one if they could be completely honest? I wish we'd reconnect. What else would they say? I'm thinking about you right now. Also, if you guys come from different cultures, I just got this download that they may be like watching movies or like trying like foods or learning more about like your culture. They may just be feeling drawn to anything related to you, even if it's not like your culture or just something that you're interested in. Like, let's say this person only likes sports, but you're like like a weeb, and so this person is like getting into anime and stuff and like trying to understand your mind more. I wish I could kiss you. I don't know why I said it like that, but I think it makes sense to come out on top of the Knight of Wands. We also have I miss you with the Ace of Cups, and I do think like the absence between the two of you, it's like making the heart grow fonder. And I think that the more they're breaking free of illusions and things that were trapping them, the more that like empty space is making them realize that they want like pile one's energy, pile one's presence to fill it. We also have I like how I can be myself around you. We have I see right through the lies you tell yourself. I think this person puts you on a pedestal a little bit, and that might be kind of something that they're trying to heal. It's why they need to ascend, to recognize that you're human too, but they might have a hard time recognizing that you are hard on yourself as well. Like, they may not understand that you don't necessarily see yourself the way that this person sees you. I think this person thinks that you see all of your greatness, and I don't think that's necessarily the case for you. What else would they say? I love you, babe. I think that's their big realization. They're like, I love pile one. And even if you guys haven't said that, I think that this person is realizing that it could go there. I think it could be that if it's not already. And like, look how similar that is with like between the lovers. And yeah, I think that this person is definitely gonna make some moves because they can't escape this. They really can't. We also have I just need a sign, and on the back of the deck, I want to know more about you. So yeah, this person is definitely taking time to learn more about your interests. It's like if they can't connect with you right now, and I feel like part of the reason why they may not be connecting with you right now is because they don't want to get into this prematurely, like when they're not ready. Like when they come through, they want to be able to follow through on what they say. Like they want to be reliable. And so if they can't rely on themselves yet, they're not going to come in until they feel sure. And so I think that exploring your interests is what's allowing them to feel connected to you, even if they're apart from you. So I'm going to finish this reading off before we head over to the extended and look at what you need to surrender in terms of this connection and in general to help you be in alignment with yourself. So Spirit, what does pile one need to surrender when it comes to surrender worry? Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. We also have surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. We also have surrender to Spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let Spirit work its magic for you. And we also have surrender the idea you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. We also have surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. In fact, I think the more you just align with your own energy, the more the situation will naturally align. Surrender your desire to control people. Yeah, I definitely think that you've been healing a lot of like control issues, which is helping the situation move through seamlessly. Snakes seem to be a really significant animal to this connection. I think, snakes get a bad rap. I feel like they are a sign of Kundalini energy. So one or both of you could be going through a Kundalini awakening. You could be shedding old skin. I don't know, I think snakes are cool. Being over controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. And on the back of the deck, we have surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. So that is all I have for you guys, pile one. This is really, really straightforward, but that's a good thing, you know? Sometimes Spirit's messages are simple and to the point, and I think that if you're not in contact with this person, I think that you will see shifts in the future, and I'm not someone to just blindly make promises like that, so I hope you can trust me, but we are going to go deeper into it, into the extended, where, like I said, we will look at what is next, what this person is planning, action this person is planning on taking, their next moves. We'll get more channel messages and advice, but that is all I have. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for watching my ads. That is the simplest and easiest way to support me and this channel. But if you would like to support me in other ways, you can like this video, you can comment down below. Let me know how it resonates. You can subscribe if you haven't already and click that notification bell to be part of my notification squad. You can check out the extended or an extended on another video if you feel called to. You can check out my social media, though do be aware I have tons of scammers pretending to be me right now, and it is annoying, but I am not giving them any of my attention. So do be aware I don't offer personal readings, and I will not slide into your DMs and try to give you one. If that happens, that is 100% a scammer. And I have merch, but that's all I have. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here and letting me channel your situation. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, pile two. If you guys chose the Sunstone, Palm Stone, and the Wizard's Tarot, this is going to be your reading, but to make sure this actually is your reading, I'm going to check the energy of the connection first. So these cards are going to represent you. This card, and what I'm assuming is stuck under here, is going to represent the overall energy of the connection. And these cards are going to represent your person, though you may find that you resonate with both sides, or you may find that they are flip-flopped. That's absolutely okay. Just to try to make things less confusing, I'm going to view this side as you and this side as your person, because that's how I intended it when I shuffled. So let's go ahead and start by looking at you. So to start, we have the Bear. We have play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. We have open up. And we have vice, be mindful of negative or toxic behaviors. Shadow work may be necessary. And then looking at your person, we have the Otter. We have get grounded, empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. We have maturity and time to celebrate. A joyous occasion or event will take place soon. And then the connecting energies between the two of you are alien planet, make yourself at home, adaptability, change, originality, and robotic. So this is an interesting energy, and I want to start with you being the Bear person. Keep in mind, you could be the Otter person, but you'll just have to flip-flop them for yourself. Peace and love. Okay, so starting with the Bear person, I definitely feel like this past winter has been tough for you. At least if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and experiencing winter as it is, because when I'm uploading this, we're coming out of winter, but it is timeless. So whenever you're coming out of winter, you could have been going through kind of a dark time where maybe you were just feeling out of alignment with yourself, feeling out of alignment with life. It is quite possible you could have been using certain vices to escape. One really interesting thing is there is a lot about celebration here, and also like alcoholic beverages. So part of me wonders if maybe you have been using vices to kind of escape from from what you're dealing with. But at the same time, there is some healthiness in it, in the sense that you're starting to be less hard on yourself. You're trying to at least have some light in your life. If you're a spiritual person by nature, I do think that you may have been experiencing what I call like spiritual amnesia, where even though you've learned spiritual concepts in the past, it's like you kind of forget them. You fall back into old habits and behaviors. You kind of seek back into parts of yourself that maybe your soul doesn't align with, but mentally you're not quite able to get out of them, or you're not quite sure how to overcome them. And I always look at it as like an opportunity to relearn what we forgot. So I think that you're kind of coming into this energy when it comes to this connection in yourself, where you're maybe reawakening to the truth of this connection, but I think you're reawakening to yourself in a lot of ways. It may be as well that you've been really disconnected from your surroundings. You could have been dealing with dissociation, or you could have been isolating yourself from people, maybe sleeping a lot, maybe dealing with a lot of just struggles. You could have been dealing with mental health issues. You could still be dealing with that. I'm sending you my love if you are going through that. That is not easy, and especially when it is like dark outside and you are dealing with winter and stuff like that, it doesn't make it any easier. So I definitely think that you've kind of been closed off from your greater spiritual awareness, but I do want you to know that there should be no shame in feeling that way, because first of all, it's common, it happens to a lot of people, and also you were clearly in a place of survival mode, and you're starting to come out of that survival mode enough to be able to be aware of what's not working and what's not aligning with you. I think you're starting to be open to the light again, just in the sense that sometimes when we are in darker spaces, it's almost like positive energy or positive light can almost be kind of painful, or just can kind of have the opposite effect that we would want it to have. And so I think now you're kind of getting to a place where you can be objective about what you've been going through, and objective about what behavior that you have control over that may be leading to or contributing to this overall energy that you're dealing with. And I think you're starting to open up to awareness of what you do have control over to change for the better, or to remember your inner truths, to remember why you're here, to remember what this is all about. Because I do feel like you and this person have been a bit shut off during this time. I don't know if you and this person are communicating. If I'm being honest, I would be kind of surprised if you are. It kind of seems like you both have been going through a lot in your own lives. And with this open up card being here, it's like I feel like you want to open yourself up to greater spiritual awareness and open yourself up to this person. Maybe this person goes out, so maybe you're like wanting to go out more, or maybe you're opening up to healthier behaviors, or just becoming aware of what vices of yours you may be using to kind of escape from yourself, and kind of getting a grip on like, okay, what do I need to do to change this, or what can I do to get help for this, something like that. I do feel like you've been going through kind of a tough time, and you're kind of reawakening to what you can do on your end to go easier on yourself, to make things a little bit lighter for you, to be more compassionate to yourself. It feels like you're kind of awakening again. It feels like you've been in survival mode for a while, just kind of going through the motions, and your person actually has too. So you're not the only one in feeling this way. So if you feel energetically connected to this person, I think you both have kind of been in this energy. And with you being represented by Earth, you could be an Earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, but you certainly don't have to be. You could have those placements somewhere. But like I said, it's more so just, I think you're starting to get grounded in a way. Whereas this Otter person is being represented more by water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So they could have those placements, but they don't have to. What I do notice though is that water and earth are both feminine energies. So I do think that you both have been kind of taking time apart to focus on yourselves, to go within, to kind of be in a more receptive energy. And it kind of seems like you've been facing or dealing with darker energies And I don't mean that in like a nefarious or malicious way. I think it's just that like times have been tough for the both of you, and you both have been doing the best that you can to get through that. I feel like for this otter person, it's a little bit more about escapism. Well, for you both, it's about escapism, but I think that for the otter person, they might go about it in different ways than you do. I feel like if you're the bear, you're probably more prone to like dealing with your issues by like isolating and kind of using your vices like alone, or using sleep as a form of escape, or just kind of focusing on work or things like that that really aren't helpful to you. I feel like you're trying to be open to playfulness, playful energy, lighter energies again, because it seems like you've just kind of been really bogged down. Whereas I feel like this person might have been using partying as a way to escape, or using or almost like kind of dealing with a toxic form of positivity where they're like, oh, everything's fine, I'm good, when really they're not doing very well at all. Because the otter person, the otter energy is typically a lot more joyful, but it kind of seems like they maybe haven't been grounding themselves. It's kind of ironic. It's like for the bear person, they maybe need to have a little bit more joy and playful energy in their lives, and for the otter person, they need to have more grounded energy, more of a realistic outlook on life. It does kind of feel like if you're the bear person, you may have been more focused on the otter person, and you may have felt neglected or rejected by them because they maybe haven't been paying attention to you. But what I do want you to know is that the otter person has been escaping themselves. They haven't been trying to escape you. I think that both parties here definitely deal with pain, which every human deals with pain, of course, even though we're talking about you both in animal terms. But I think that you both have just been in kind of a darker space, or coming out of a dark night of the soul, or just dealing with some heavier energies that, you know, haven't allowed you both to be at your optimal levels, haven't allowed you both to be able to kind of look at yourselves in a more objective way. The otter person may have a birthday coming up. Between time to celebrate and maturity, that just kind of sounds like to me somebody who may be having a birthday soon. So they could be a Pisces. I'm filming this during Pisces season. But that could resonate for, you know, whenever you see this person could be having a birthday. Maybe that's something that they're a bit unhappy about, or they're trying to escape. Maybe they feel anxious feelings about getting older, or maybe they feel like they don't have enough time to do everything. And I think that this otter person maybe feels a bit guilty because they want to feel more joyous in their everyday life. But if I'm being honest, when it comes to the connection, it doesn't feel like there's a lot happening in it. I would say it's likely you and this person are either not talking, or this is a separation type situation, or things just aren't really happening between the two of you right now. Like, even if there's nothing bad happening between the two of you, it's just like you both are kind of just trying to do the best that you can with the energies that you're given right now. My love goes out to your person as well, because it definitely just seems like you both need to know that the divine is here supporting you even when it doesn't feel that way, and it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to struggle, and you know, this is a normal part of life. And these energies, while they may slow us down, they can't get you down forever. But what I do think for the otter person is that they're trying to get back to basics. They're trying to be more realistic. I feel like they almost kind of have been spanked by the universe a little bit with that maturity card. Like, just seeing half of the petals gone, I almost feel like this otter person maybe has just been like only kind of like half there, half present. And actually what's interesting, if you look at this, both figures are only looking, they're only seeing one side of the picture. So I feel like for both of you, you're only seeing one side of things. You're not seeing the other side. And that's kind of contributing to this energy, or contributing to any projections that you may have on each other. I do feel like this otter person is in an energy of avoidance. Like, and it's not just avoidance of the bear person. It's like avoidance of everything. Avoidance of themselves, avoidance of responsibilities, avoidance of their truth. I'm also hearing that song that's like Running on Empty. I can't remember what it's called, but it just low-key gives me like troubling flashbacks because it used to play all the time when I worked retail, and anyone who worked retail knows that the songs that they play just all the time, same songs. But it's like the song's just like, I've been running on empty, something, I'm falling, and then there's like whistling. That I don't want to relive it any more than that. Also, Stir Fry by Migos could be significant as well, which was ironically also in my list of songs that I had to hear when I worked retail that just send me back to a dark place. Anyway, okay, so the connecting energy makes a lot of sense. We have robotic and we have alien planet, and I think that you both have been dealing with outer changes that have been frustrating, or internal changes that have made dealing with the external frustrating. So these could be fluctuations in mental health. These could be, difficult things happening around you, difficult people in your life, or difficult things happening to people that you love. This could also just be times of stress. Like you could be moving, you could be changing jobs, you could be like dealing with, I just feel like there's a lot you both are dealing with, and even if there's no external change, it's like the energies that you're dealing with are a lot. Like I feel like for the otter person, they may be especially sensitive to energy, and they may not even realize that. We do have empaths and highly sensitives, so I feel like this otter person, maybe instead of not embracing the emotions, but like being aware of how they're feeling and how energies are affecting them, I think they're just trying to escape it because they're not really consciously aware right now of how the energies are affecting them. And for the bear person, I think that they're actually getting they have a better idea of what's going on with them. They're kind of waking up to what they're dealing with and saying, okay, I've been stuck in this kind of loop for a while, and now, all right, I know what I need to do, or I know what steps I can take to start to reverse this negative energy that I've been stuck in. But for the both of you, there's definitely this mutual energy of you both feeling like you're on autopilot, like you're kind of going through the motions and you're kind of existing rather than living. It's like you almost might be chasing highs in a literal sense, or chasing highs in a way where you just want to get a little bit of dopamine or a little bit of serotonin because things are just kind of not fun right now. And I feel like with this alien planet here, it's like I feel like you both are just feeling very disconnected from the rest of the world, like feeling like you don't belong, or feeling like or almost feeling like you're not real. There could be like just derealization going on, or like I said, there is a lot of kind of dissociation that I feel here, and it may be a lot harder to kind of just like be in your body, be present, be aware of what's going on. And so I feel like there's not a whole lot happening in the connection because you both are just trying to adapt to what's happening in your personal lives and deal with those circumstances. So let's go ahead and see if this is your reading. Let's go ahead and see how this person is feeling about you, or what they kind of want you to know. I do feel like their higher self is going to come through in this reading a lot, because their 3D self may be more detached or disconnected. I feel like when you both are at your best, you both are very dynamic and very powerful, but I think at times, you both may go through kind of highs and lows, or struggle with emotional regulation. And so I think that creates some difficulties sometimes, because you have to, you can't really be focused on other people when you're just trying to get through the day, or get through what you're dealing with, So I do want to say, no matter what person you are, you deserve to give yourself a break, and, don't take this other person's actions too seriously, because it seems like you both are kind of going through it, and I really don't think it's very personal. It's much more like what you just both are having to deal with. So give these another shuffle. I love cards. Like if you are thinking about a tarot deck that's like easy to shuffle, Get a deck with cardstock like this, because you can just, satisfying shuffling for days. Like, I just don't want to stop. It's just so fun. And sometimes, you know, you just gotta find even the smallest shit that'll bring you just a little bit of like, I like that. Well, you know what I don't like? When I shuffle and it ends up like that. So now I have to do another one. I shot myself in the foot there. I was shuffling so well. Okay, that's better. All right. So Spirit, how is pile 2's person currently feeling about pile 2 and the connection, please? Okay, yeah, we have the 6 of Swords. We have the Fool. I said this was the Wizard's Tarot, right? Wizards of Waverly Place might be significant. We have the 4 of Swords in reverse. Or maybe like New York City is significant. Or Boston. I just heard Boston too. But you may not live in the US at all, so sorry to the rest of the entire world. We have the World in reverse. We have the Knight of Pentacles upright. Okay, can we clarify the 6 of Swords, please? We have the 2 of Wands. We have the 10 of Cups with the Fool. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse, clarifying the 4 of Swords in reverse. How about the World? We have the 3 of Wands, clarifying the World, which actually makes a lot of sense. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, we have the 2 of Swords. And on the back of the deck, we have the Sun. Okay, this is actually, and the Star. I feel just like sadness in my gut, because I feel just so much of this is like you both having to deal with your own like afflictions and kind of like inner demons, and you have the conscious awareness to like know what matters and what's truly important, but like just because you know it doesn't mean it's easy to be that, doesn't mean it's easy to get through that. And I think that you both are really just dealing with, you're both dealing with a lot right now. But in terms of how this person is feeling, they want forward movement with you. But I think like one thing that they're struggling with, especially with this 2 of Wands here, is that they may be really bogged down by, okay, how am I going to do this? Like, how am I going to plan this? In fact, if there is moving involved, like, I feel like that is something that's kind of overwhelming to this person. It seems like they have this greater awareness that they want to be taking more action. And so it's like they're planning on taking action, but they are planning on the planning of taking action. And so it's like they know they need to be moving, but they feel stuck for some reason, and we'll get into as to why. But in terms of what they feel, they want to move beyond what you both have been dealing with. They want to move forward in general. They want to move this connection forward. And with the Fool here, clarified by the 10 of Cups, I feel like they literally just want to like burn their old life to the ground and start fresh. Because I feel like if I'm gonna be honest, it might be kind of like an unhealthy fantasy, but I think that they have really intense fantasies about you and about the connection that they could have with you. And it might come from a bit of a naive place. Like, I feel like they could be, fantasizing about like getting married to you, and like y'all haven't even been on a date yet. And so it's like, or they could be fantasizing about like having their life with you, but it's like they can't even make a first move or make a move to start something more solid. It's like they fully recognize that they need to mature more. And I think they are in that process. I think they recognize that they could have a lot of emotional fulfillment, and they desire emotional fulfillment. But they feel right now just so drained and exhausted that they're not quite sure how they're going to get there. With the Sun being here as well, it's like you are a light to them, and like you make them so happy, or at least the thought of you makes them very happy. I almost wonder too if like your light is hard to handle sometimes, and it might be each other's light that's hard to handle. I feel like this person is getting out of a darker energy, but they just have really been struggling to be confident enough to step into their power. And also I feel like they worry sometimes that you're just a fantasy, or that the fantasy would never be the same as reality. I'm also hearing Bohemian Rhapsody in my head right now, which is a blessing because, you know, Queen is just amazing. But the biggest thing I want to talk about is this Four of Swords in reverse with this Ace of Wands in reverse. Because this person is definitely stuck in a cycle of doing nothing and getting nowhere. And they're fully aware that they're doing nothing and getting nowhere, and they hate themselves even more for it. With the Ace of Wands in reverse, they don't really have any passion for life right now. They feel really exhausted, really depleted. They really have like so much on their plate that they just keep ruminating over. Even when they're resting, they're not resting. Like, this person does not know peace right now. And in fact, like, my like third eye chakra is just like pounding, and like my head is kind of pounding. And I feel like this person might have like an overactive third eye, where they may be fantasizing to kind of escape their current reality of what they need to do. It's like, and if you resonate with that and be like, that sounds like me, this person is doing that too. So just know that that's something mirrored, because I know for like 100%, like, even if you're doing that, that doesn't negate that this person is doing that too. It just goes to show another way how you mirror and how you're similar. And with this Four of Swords, Ace of Wands in reverse combination, I really feel like this person is like using fantasies of you to kind of escape from what they need to do to even get them to the point where they could take action towards you. Because I also think that there's fear of taking action towards you. There's fear of, am I really ready to do this? Am I really ready to make a move towards pile 2? Am I ready to do anything? I think it's interesting that you chose the Sunstone and we have the Sun on the back of the deck, because I do think that this person sees a lot of happiness with you, but I feel like at the same time, they like, there's a fear of rejection. There's a fear of maybe this person already messed up, or maybe if you haven't been with this person in a romantic way, like I feel like they maybe haven't healed from past things, or they're maybe not necessarily ready to open themselves up emotionally. With the World in reverse and the Three of Wands upright, I definitely feel like they're waiting for a cycle to close, but I think what they're not thinking about is the fact that they're prolonging this cycle because they're not taking action. And in their defense, like, they don't really have a lot of energy right now. They are really struggling. Like, they are on the struggle bus very, very intensely. And I think that they've gotten comfortable in their own suffering. And anyone who has suffered will know that this is a thing, that sometimes you get so used to and so comfortable in like a depressive state or in a difficult energy that almost like you're afraid of letting go of that, because like, what do good feelings feel like, and what will that mean for me? Like, will it get ripped away, and will I just be back to square one? Is it even worth it? There's a lot of overthinking involved, and I feel like this person, they could struggle with insomnia, or they could just struggle with like not getting enough rest. Like, I almost feel like they use technology or something else to kind of escape their brain, because I think that's kind of the name of the game right now. I feel like their work is kind of stacking up on them. I feel like they're avoiding a lot. If this person is in school, I feel like the weight of being in school is really stressing them out. If they are working, I feel like they are falling behind or struggling to keep up with the demand. This also could be someone though that, because they have very fantastical ideas of who they should be, they have a hard time accepting who they really are. I think that they may fantasize about being grander than they really are. I mean, I don't think that this person has delusions of grandeur or anything like that. I think it's just that they idealize themselves to be better than they really are. And instead of looking at those fantasies as something to take action towards and aspire to, it's like they beat themselves up and they're like, oh, why can't I be like that? Well, I would be good enough for pile 2 if I was that way, but I'm not. And I feel like they have these fantasies of getting there, but they don't know how. Because with the Knight of Pentacles being here, this person wants to come towards you. Like they see this connection as something that would make them very, very happy, but they're not in an energy where they feel like they can fight for it. They're too tired to fight, because I don't think that this is just about your connection. I think that this is also a lot about their ability to take their life into their own hands. This person may deal with learned helplessness or just struggle to see clearly. I think one thing that's making things worse is that they may feel too much shame to get help, or they may not even have the realization that they need to ask for help. There's a hyper independence here where this person can just tell themselves that everything is fine, I'm doing fine, even though they are literally drowning, or literally like that dog in the room that's like, this is fine, and everything is on fire around them. I feel like this is someone who's just really stuck in their own patterns, really stuck in their own, issues. And so nothing can move forward in this connection until this person has dealt with themselves first. And I would be willing to bet you're sitting here being like, this sounds like me. And I'm telling you, y'all are mirroring this. This is not just you. This is them too. And I'm sending you my love, and I want you to know that like this is not something that you need to feel ashamed over. This is more common than people are willing to admit. And our brains are slippery little fuckers, and they can really make us believe things that are not true. And they lie to us all the time. And what I want you to know is that you are so much more than what your brain lies to you about, and that you are so much stronger than you believe. And the fact that you are getting through this time just goes to show your strength. You cannot shame yourself for what you need to do to get through something. And also, if you're shaming yourself about your past, you were doing the best you could at the time you had it. And I really feel like there's an energy where you both are focusing on the past. You both are focusing on what's wrong. You both are focusing on the distance. And I don't want to sit here and be like, just stop it. Just be positive, pal. So you're like, you're fine. Just set positive affirmations and like be like, I am a beautiful sunshine flower and I'm gonna be fine. Like, you don't need to do that, because honestly, that's really not gonna help you. I think the best thing you can do for yourself is have radical honesty and be like, okay, I am not doing very well right now, or I am struggling right now, or I fell off the wagon for a bit. That's okay. How can I get back on it? I think the biggest thing is just saying, I am doing my best. You're doing your best, and that is what matters. And that's what this person is going to have to learn as well. It's not about being perfect. It's not about being highly productive. It's not about being your best all the time. It's just about doing the best that you can. And I think that it's really easy to get stuck in a cycle of shame, especially when we use things like social media as a form of escapism, and we see what people choose to show, and that's gonna be something where you're like, oh, everyone else can be productive except for me. Oh, everyone else's life is going well except for mine. And then it just makes your life feel even shittier by comparison. So one thing that you need to know is that comparison is the thief of joy. And you are not you cannot compare yourself to a constructed image that someone felt comfortable enough to put out into the world, because there's a lot of things that people would not post on social media. I'm not out here posting all my dirty laundry on social media. I'm not out here posting the fact that like there's leftovers in my fridge I need to throw away. You know what I mean? Like, we all have shit that like we need to do. We're not these perfect curated images, and you can't expect yourself to be that too. And I think that maybe something that you and this person deal with is having this idealized version of yourself in your head and placing those expectations on yourself, but not even having the awareness of what it would take to be that, if it is even possible, and then shaming yourself for that. It's like this cycle of beating yourself down and stopping yourself from being your best self, because you're shaping yourself to be this image of something that's either not possible or something that you can't reach until you get started and start being realistic about what you can actually accomplish in a certain amount of time. It's a lot about being realistic with yourself. I feel like you both have this hyper perfectionistic ideal of what things should be and have a hard time accepting how things are. And I think the more that you and this person learn to accept how things are, and accept that solutions are not going to be entirely satisfying. Solutions are not going to be perfect. Solutions are not necessarily going to fix everything, but they might make things a little bit easier. I think that will help. There's just a lot of like realistic expectations that you both need to have for yourselves. And I think when it comes to this person, one thing that they're doing that's kind of unhealthy is maybe looking to you as like a reward for when they get their shit together, or as something that they don't deserve because they're not good enough. Like there's a lot where I feel like this person is being really hard on themselves, and in turn you might be really hard on yourself because this person isn't acting in ways that you're hoping, or this person isn't returning your affection or giving you attention. And so what you need to know is that this person's attention, even if they were giving you it, it wouldn't solve what you're going through right now. In fact, it might make things worse in certain ways, where if you had it, then you might be like, oh, I still don't feel too great. Like it might be a great distraction in the moment, but ultimately it would keep you from yourself, which would be more destructive. So I really do think there is a purpose to what you and this person are going through. It's not easy, but there are a lot of opportunities for healing here. And I do think that as time passes, these energies will get lighter and things will get a bit easier. And I think the more you're honest with yourself and the more you're open to receiving help, or at least open to telling people what's up, or even just telling yourself what's up, because sometimes we can just be so dissociated from ourselves and just like be completely off in a different world and just be not here at all. And I feel like that's what this person is kind of doing as well. With this Sun card here, they feel like you're their happiness and they don't know how to cope with that. And I feel like that's kind of a problematic take, in the sense that this person doesn't really know how to find their own happiness. They don't really know how to find their own worth. I don't think they have a very good sense of self-worth. I think the only thing that makes them feel somewhat worthy is the idea that they're good at something, or the idea that they're a good worker or something like that. And I think that is bringing them it's making them miserable, if I'm being honest. And I think that they may be bogged down by a lot of work, and they're just stuck in this frozen period where they want to move forward. They want to start something with you. They want to start something fresh with you. They want to move towards emotional fulfillment. And I think it's like they fantasize about having this 10 of Cups, but they're not even ready to have that ace yet. They're not even ready to open themselves up to the opportunity, because they just don't even have the energy. Like this person needs rest. This person needs like healing. This person needs to give themselves a break. And I definitely think that they're kind of right now in this energy of running through the motions and not necessarily knowing what it is that they need to do. Because with the Two of Swords here, this is all about indecision and not seeing clearly. And I feel like they're just barely getting by. They're just barely getting through. So if you're like fantasizing about this person or feeling this person's energy and wondering why they're not communicating with you, why it feels like they're ignoring you, is because you're kind of like a fantasy that they use to escape from their reality, and they're not entirely connecting that you could be a reality if they stopped escaping their current reality and became open to what could be real. I feel like with this Knight of Pentacles here, this person is slowly but surely starting to move forward, but I think that there's a lot of factors outside of their control. I think it has a lot to do, if they're in school, I think it's a lot like what they're going through in school. And if it's work, I think it has a lot to do with projects that they have to do, or there might be busier seasons for them that create more difficulty or take a lot of time from everything. But with the World being here, I think that they worry that things won't be reciprocated, or I think they know that they're not able to live up to what they want or live up to what they think you expect. Because that's another thing, is like I don't think that they have a clear understanding of what you want or what you expect. And so I think this person is just kind of on this hamster wheel, or they're continuing to run away from themselves, run away from you run away from really everything because they just don't know what they want. This really feels like a false light situation where this person is really dissociated from their truth and stuck from that. And I think that if this connection is something that keeps coming up for you, I think that Spirit is saying, like, this person is definitely tapping into your awareness because you and the thought of you helps them run from their current reality. And I think you may be really struggling with that because that might be really hard on you, and because this person doesn't necessarily have an understanding of when or how they're going to get out of this dark energy that they're in. And it's not a dark energy of like evil, it's just a dark energy of feeling suppressed. And like there could be evil things around it, but like I don't think there's any like intentional evil being directed at you. I feel like this person is just in a dark place, and I think that they are struggling to escape themselves right now. Well, they're not struggling to escape themselves. They're struggling to escape the escapism is the best way that I can put this. But they see you as somebody that they would like do it all for, that they want to be dependable for, that they want to show up for. And they don't know how. I feel like this person doesn't know what will make them happy. They don't know how to move forward. They keep planning on making plans to move forward, and they don't know how to do that. And so it's just this kind of what feels like an endless cycle right now. And if I'm being honest, you know, energies can always change. And I do think that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And I think that's what this person is banking on. I think that they're banking on the fact that like at some point, things will finally start clicking and they'll know what to do next. But I definitely, I kind of got the image of your higher self being like that Judge Judy meme where she's like beating her watch and being like, let's go, pick it up. And so I think one thing that you may want to remind yourself is that, you know, time and healing isn't linear, and something that's taking a long time to us may not necessarily actually be taking that long in the spirit realm of things. But I think there is a need to stop looking at when and instead look at what can I do to be present in this moment that could make my experience a little better than it is right now? What can I do to be compassionate towards myself? Because I think the biggest thing is that you both are looking to this future of beautiful fulfillment and enlightenment, but you're not able to get there if you can't get on the path first. It's like you got to take the first steps before you can necessarily get there. You know what I mean? It's baby steps. You don't, what's that? Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither of you will be either. But I think that this person sees you as somebody that can make them very happy, somebody that they hold a lot of hope for. They hope that there will be a lot of healing with. There's a lot of images of a woman in like a beautiful dress. So like, I don't know if you wear beautiful dresses, or like, you don't have to be a woman. Like if you have pictures of yourself on social media looking all fancy and like dolled up, like at a wedding or like something like that, I feel like this person maybe looks at those and like fantasizes about that with you. I don't know, maybe you both are into like fantasy series. That's not a word. Like Lord of the Rings type stuff. Like maybe you guys both like identify with that. So this person may like project you onto like love interests and stories that they read or something like that. Because I do think that they fantasize about you a lot. It's just that this person really struggles with action, and they're still in the process of maturing and gaining awareness of what they need to do to solve their immediate issues so that they can even think about being open to something more. So that is how they're feeling. I want to go ahead and get some channeled messages from them. Kind of wondering what message deck I want to use. I really think I want to use, I want to use this deck. This is one of the decks that I'm going to use in the extended, but I think just in the extended I'll use the deck that I originally used I'll just use the other one for the extended. So I'm going to use this Hidden Truth Oracle instead, because I think that this person has hidden truths that they want to say to you. I think that they just don't know how to. I think maybe, yeah, it's like you both need to work on, this person's working on communication. I guess I don't want to speak for you, but this person is definitely needing to work on like communicating with themselves. I feel like they have such a like an energy of like, keep on keeping on, even if you're like really struggling, and I just don't know how helpful that is. So, okay, Spirit, what would pile 2's person say to pile 2 if they could be completely honest? I love you unconditionally. Yeah, like this person does like have a lot of love for you. I think that they just don't have it for themselves. I know that I crossed the line with you. I bury myself in work to forget you. There we go. Like I told you, they do that. I am afraid to contact you. The interesting thing though is I don't think they do it to forget you. I think they couldn't forget you if they tried. I don't feel like this is more so an energy of like, I mean, I don't know your situation. This is a general reading, but I do know that this person like really has a lot of low self-esteem issues. We both know I'm not the one for you, but I love you unconditionally. Yeah, he's like, they have some issues with seeing their own worth, and they might put you on such a high pedestal, not even realizing that you both deal with similar issues and could actually, even if you aren't in a space to be something serious, at least be a support system for one another. But I think that this person has a lot of shame and doesn't even necessarily have the awareness that things are bad, because sometimes it's hard to tell when things are bad because you don't have good experiences to compare them to. We also have I look for you everywhere, and it was my fault, but I blamed you. And on the back of the deck, we have I feel you even though we are apart. And I think that, and I just cut the deck, and we have you don't know how hard it was to let you go, and I want you. So I definitely feel like this person is trying to heal, and I feel like this is really hard for you too. But I feel like what you need to know is that I don't want to say like it truths can coexist. You both can love each other and not be able to be there for one another. You both can have love for one another but not be able to pursue more. I think the biggest thing is like, I don't know, you just deserve to be kind to yourself, and don't let this person's actions determine your worth, because first of all, this person needs to work on their own self-worth, and second, all of their actions have like so much to do with them and so little to do with you. If anything, I feel like they view you as like a perfect fantasy, and that's something that they need to heal. And if you do that to them too, this is your opportunity to be aware of how that mirrors and recognize, okay, we're both humans, you know, we both put our pants on one leg at a time, you know, we both get diarrhea sometimes. That sounds gross, but like if you think about it, it can put anyone, you can take anyone off the pedestal if you think about the fact that we all do be having bodily functions, you know. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish the free reading off with some advice for you on how to help surrender to what you're going through, and then if you're interested in checking out the extended, we are going to see what is shifting for this connection and what energies are going to be coming in. We're also going to see what action this person could be taking towards you. If they're not taking action, we'll see what energy they're shifting into. We're also going to go way deeper into channeled messages, and we're going to get tons of advice. I shuffled like so many cards in the extended, but we are going to finish off this with some surrender cards for you. So Spirit, what does pile 2 need to surrender at this time when it comes to this connection, or just in general? Surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. We also have surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. Yeah, it's like you can't go into a river and like change the current. You know what I mean? Like it's just going to sweep you with it. So it's going to be a lot less exhausting to try to instead of trying to fight the current, you know, it'll be a lot easier to just swim with it. And so you might not even be able to tap into what your flow is right now. And so part of that might be slowing down or giving yourself time and rest to even be able to tap into what the flow might be telling you. Surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic within us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. And surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your strengths, attractiveness, and power. Surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. Surrender to silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. Surrender to creativity. Let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. And on the back of the deck, we have surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. And also surrender your need to always be right, giving others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. So yeah, I don't feel like this person, I mean, I don't know if there was any conflict here. If it wasn't really coming up in the energies. But what I will say is that I do think that if this person like accused you of anything, I think that that was more so projection on their part. And if you did the same thing, I would be like maybe aware of how you did that as well, because it could be like whatever you accuse them of, ask yourself like how maybe you contributed to that as well. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just a pair of talking hands on the internet, but like, I guess like being aware of how we contribute to dynamics like this can be helpful sometimes. You know your situation better than I do, so you don't need to take whatever I'm saying. But pile 2, I'm gonna go ahead and take it over to the extended now. So if you'd like to join me over there, that will be linked below. But that is all I have for this reading. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for watching my ads. That is the simplest and easiest way to support me. But if you would like to support me in the channel in other ways, you can like this video, which is super helpful. You can comment down below, let me know how it resonates. You can subscribe if you haven't already and click that little notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. You can obviously check out the extended. You can look at my social media, though do be aware, I do not offer personal readings, and I have tons of scammers pretending to be me right now. So if you have anyone claiming to be me in your DMs offering you a reading, saying stupid shit like, "Hello beloved, can I consider you for a reading?" 10,000 emojis. That's not me. That is a scammer. They started saying peace and love too, which like actually grinds my gears, but you know what? I just gotta surrender and let go. Because Instagram doesn't care. And I have merch, but that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching and letting me be a part of your energy. I really hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you are watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, pile 3. If you guys chose the Carnelian and Orca Agate Palm Stone and the Cosmic Slumber Tarot, this is going to be your reading. I also didn't take the price tag off of it because it was a 33, and I was like, oh, they wanted to be pile 3. And I also thought it was cool that like the designs on this kind of match the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. I don't know, I just like what pile 3 has going on. And also there's a number 449, so that could be a significant number for somebody. Just wanted to put that out there. But if that is what you chose, this is going to be your reading. But first, to make sure that this is your reading, we are going to check the energy of you, check the energy of your person, and the energy of the connection. If you don't resonate with any of these energies, this is likely not your pile. But the way in which I'm going to be reading this is, this will ideally be you, and this other pile will ideally be your person, but they may be flip-flopped, and that's absolutely okay. And we will have these 2 cards to represent the connecting energy between the 2 of you. So just to start, you guys have so many cards, so I am interested to see what is going to happen here. So I pulled your cards regularly, and sometimes I look at them if I feel called to. I don't always, but this time I did, and I know why I did, because I was like, I need more details. So interested to see what's going on here. So to start with your energy, We have the lamb and the fire ant. We have, yeah, you can't hold these. We have maturity and fear. We have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And we have time to celebrate and vice. Be mindful of negative and toxic behaviors. Shadow work may be necessary. And then coming over to your person, I'm actually gonna just slide these over. You guys just have so much going on. You might want to look individually at the stones, Carnelian and Orca agate, or together if you feel drawn to it. There might be messages there. But going ahead and looking at your person, to start we have the deer, and we have the scorpion. We also have family and soul connection. We have Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. I'm gonna have to move your deck. Okay, we'll put that there. And then finally, we have this distance is killing me. Absence truly does make the heart grow fonder. And cut off, boundaries have been enforced. So it's interesting that we have like double boundaries going on here. Yeah, so I'm just kind of getting an idea. Sorry it's taking me so long to get into this. I feel like there's a reason why I'm taking this long, and I feel like it's because things in this connection have kind of been dragging or something of that nature. But let's go ahead and look at the connecting energies. I'm also kind of tuning into things around me. But yeah, you might be like, let's go, ASO, get with the program. I want to hear things. Sometimes time just doesn't work that way. Peace and love. But for the connecting energies, we have confusion and we have lake midnight. You're not stuck here. Blockages, stagnant energy, self-pity. Okay, woo! We have a fucking spread here today, don't we, folks? Okay, so this is definitely a complex situation, and Spirit is wanting me to have the most information possible. So I'm going to go ahead and start with your energy. This may not actually be your energy. It could be your person's energy, but I'm just identifying it that way. Like I said, take it as it resonates. But from what I'm seeing here, you're definitely in an energy of reflection and taking a step back. One thing I want to point out right away is that you and your person came out as earth energies, and they're both clarifying energies, were fire. I do feel like there was some sort of conflict here, or misunderstanding, disagreement. I do think that there is a bit of triggering here, and truthfully, this may not be a romantic connection for all of you. This could absolutely be a connection, like a family connection, a friend connection, whatever the case may be. I'm gonna do my best to if I get romantic messages and this isn't a romantic message, this doesn't mean it's not your reading. Just filter those out. But essentially what I'm seeing here is it kind of seems like you've been in this place where you're really reflecting on your entire life. I feel like especially with the lamb, you kind of have two sides to you. I think you're generally a very, very sweet person, almost to the point where maybe you people please or you allow people to walk all over you. You could also have some kind of toxic friends that maybe you're kind of just becoming aware. If it's not friends, I think it's acquaintances or coworkers or people around you that have some sort of influence in your life that may actually talk in your ear in not very positive ways. I feel like you're in this energy right now when it comes to this connection where you may feel kind of guilty about something that you said, or you're reflecting a lot on what needs to change within your life. Because with the Lamb card being here, I think that you're a very sweet soul. And I think that there are a lot of people with the wrong intentions that can take advantage of that. But I also think that because of your past experiences, you might be kind of sensitive sometimes. And if someone says the wrong thing, it might set you off or make you shut down. I also think, looking at these cards as well, you're recognizing that this connection has a purpose in helping you evolve and mature. And I think that you are in this process of maturing where you're recognizing, like, maybe you've recently recognized that there's people in your life that aren't very helpful for you, or that aren't very aligned with your energy, or just are not for your highest good. I do feel like if you recently turned an age where you can imbibe in substances, you might be finding that you're developing, well, you don't have to turn a certain age to do that. I'm just kind of seeing that as a thing here. You might be, instead of facing your reality, you might be using substances or an unhealthy coping mechanism as a way to kind of escape the difficult feelings that you feel. Or you may even use these substances as an excuse to let out those energies, that frustration, not at other people. I feel like it could be at other people, but I feel like it's something where maybe you imbibe in that stuff with people that aren't very helpful for you, or like aren't like the best types of friends, that maybe put a lot of ideas in your head that aren't necessarily true. Whatever the case may be, I feel like your person either has told you about these people, has said that they don't really trust them, or it seems like these people have made you distrust your person or not trust this situation. I feel like I just get this energy like somebody has been planting seeds in your head, and you may be becoming aware of it, but also maybe not wanting to deal with it. I do feel a passive energy coming from you where you're afraid to kind of speak the truth or take finite action, especially because you may be afraid of the reactions around people. With this fire ant card being here, this can talk about like gossipy energy. It can also talk about sensitive energy, and you might be the type of person to I just kind of heard mom friend or dad friend, but I feel like you just are a very compassionate friend to people. And I think that there may be people that take advantage of that. And I think as a result, that has had a sort of effect in this connection. With the maturity card being here though, I do think that you're starting to become aware of what you're outgrowing and what doesn't really align with you. I think that where you're at in life right now is kind of forcing you to take a hard look at yourself, and some of what you're seeing might be kind of uncomfortable. But you're starting to see the truth, and you know you can't run or hide from these truths forever. I think it's like really interesting that we have this line kind of going through these two cards here, maturity and fear. And I almost feel like you're really conflicted on this situation, or you're not really sure what action to take. I feel like you're afraid of taking the wrong action. You're not really sure what to do, but you know that something needs to change because you're not happy with where things are at in this connection, and you're not happy with how some people are treating you. Truthfully, channeling this, I know readers are supposed to remain unbiased, but like, honey, I started this video with hi friends, and like when you come here, you are my friend and I am reading for you. I do feel some sort of like, I just kind of want to like wrap you in a blanket and like take you away from all your problems, which is honestly would be toxic on my part because you're strong enough to face your own problems. But like, I understand like the overwhelm with this. I guess from a protective standpoint, I do feel like there are people who are maybe taking advantage of your sensitivities, taking advantage of your tendency to give to others, and planting seeds in your head that don't need to be there. Like with this boundaries card, where do you need to set better boundaries? I really feel like there are just people in your life that are taking and taking and taking and not giving. And you may be afraid of their reaction if you tell them the truth or if you cut them off. And I don't feel like these are this person, but I do think that this person has maybe said something and that bothers you. For some of you, this could be like a parent or a sibling. No matter what, there's a soul connection here, and it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but it can be romantic. It's just, I'm getting a lot of different energies, and yeah, I hope I'm making sense so far. You might want to watch this on a faster speed if you're getting impatient, but there's a lot to dig into here, and I'm going to take my time. So looking at your person, let's move over to them for a little bit. They're being represented by the deer and the scorpion. So it does kind of seem like they're also in a timid, hesitant energy towards you. And it is quite possible that they could have stopped talking to you, they could have ghosted you, cut you off, or set boundaries. Or you set boundaries with this person and they feel cut off. And I feel like if you did, it was because there were people in your ear telling you to do that. And I think for this dear person, that might be really hurtful to them because they do really care about you. And with this distance is killing me, this could be a long distance connection, or this could just be like you guys haven't been talking because there are blockages and stagnant energy here. So I do feel like this person wants to tell you how they truly feel because they do feel a little bit scorned. I don't think they let very many people into their life. And I do think that this person has a big heart like you do. I think that's one thing that you guys connect on. But you both have fire in your shadow energies, which is really interesting to me. In terms of signs here, we do have earth signs, so Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and we do have fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You could have those placements, but you certainly don't have to be. But I do think that you both can kind of be combative, or like when push comes to shove, you both can maybe get into those energies. And I feel like this is a situation where maybe you two are taking time apart, or there was just a misunderstanding or a difficult conversation or an argument and you guys haven't talked since. It doesn't have to be something like that, but I don't think that this is a situation where everything is hunky-dory. I do feel like this is a situation where one or both of you may be feeling triggered. You're both clearly confused and unsure of what's next, but you both are aware that something needs to change. Now with this dear person, they could be focused on family right now, especially if they have children. This person is a very, like, it doesn't matter what their gender or sex is, but they do have a feminine energy when it comes to you. I feel like they feel very protective over you. They want to make sure that you're doing well. They could be older in age or just more mature. I do get the vibe that they're older in age though. And it kind of seems like there's somebody who really wants the best for you. And with the Pleiades card here, you could both be starseeds. The star energy is coming out on their pile, but that doesn't mean that you don't have any. Like, the presence of it here doesn't negate you not having any. And maybe that's part of the soul connection. You could both be starseeds. And I almost wonder if this person maybe has more awareness of their spiritual gifts or something like that. Or maybe not, but I do feel like this person has a passion for creation of some kind, and they really do care about humanity in general. And I think when it comes to the people they care about deeply, I think that they can be protective, maybe in overbearing ways or in ways that strip you of your autonomy. Like, maybe this person can sometimes be like, you need to stay away from this person, or maybe almost get into like a controlling energy at times. Not in like an overt controlling energy, but might be like, might say things that they mean well but come off in the wrong way. And so that might have triggered you in some way, and it might have just escalated in something that it didn't need to. But it does seem like this person either views you as family, or is focusing on their family right now. Because with this soul connection, this person feels a deep connection to you. And like I said, this doesn't have to be in a romantic way. No matter what, their soul feels tied to yours. And I just heard Orion. So there could be some Orion energy that your souls are working through. Orion energy is like, actually, let me just show you, because I coincidentally have the deck right here. We're gonna be here for a while, so I hope y'all know that. I'm just gonna look for the Orion card. I hope I can find it. Is it even in this one? The Great Severing. Yeah, it's this. Okay. So Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. I'm so angery with myself right now. This is a shadow card, one that may feel confrontational. Don't be afraid. It's here to bring to the surface anything that's standing in the way of letting love in. This is a warring planet of Mars. The warring planet of Mars is our constant reminder that it's important to soften, forgive, and find our way back to love. There are many things in the human experience that make it difficult for our heart and soul to stay open to the never-ending source of love. We're all wounded, and our unconscious wounds inflict wounds on others. It can feel like a never-ending dance we can never escape. If we aren't careful, before long, we'll see the world as a scary, dangerous place where fear and anxiety roam free. If this card surfaces, it could be for two reasons. Firstly, for you to acknowledge the difficult emotions, situations, conflicts, wounds, and fears that are causing you pain and anxiety. And secondly, for you to find your way back to love. When we're hurt, it's normal to close off our heart to the world, to let painful experience confirm the agony of separation in earthly life. Soften and find your way back to love anyway. When fear, anxiety, and paranoia paralyze you, it's normal to want to hide away from others and the world. Come out of your cave and soften your heart anyway. We're all innocent children spinning our way around the world. Find a way to see the innocence in all people, especially yourself. But I feel like there's another one here. Is it? Oh, I found it. I saw it. Karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. The constellation of Orion is thought by many to have been a place of great polarity and eventual unity. Some believe that many starseeds who are part of this cosmic history are incarnate on Earth now and are playing out karmic relationships from Orion times. Perhaps you are one of them. Polarity causes conflict and highlights separation. However, because of this, conflict can also result in unity and growth. Too many misunderstandings are caused when we don't open our heart and mind and see things from a different point of view. When we go into reactive second-guessing mode, instead of gathering the courage to open our heart, we should admit that we have reacted because of our own woundings and then find mutual ground. We're all innocent children looking to be seen, understood, and cherished. It's much harder to grow closer through conflict than it is to grow apart. And yet, that's the invitation of conflict. It's easy to react and take things personally. It's more challenging to see the innocence of all involved and find a way to grow closer through the conflict. It's through relationships that we grow the most. How can you soften your heart and drop your defenses enough to see things from a different point of view? How can you see the innocence of all involved? How can you learn to see the similarities rather than the differences? So I'm not saying by any means that this is like what a lot of people would just say, quote unquote, is a karmic relationship. That's up to you. But like all relationships in nature are karmic. Like any relationship that you have with someone is going to have some kind of karma tied to it. So don't take that as to mean like, oh, it's a quintessential like karmic relationship, unless you recognize that as what it is and you feel that way. Like only you can determine what a connection is. But I felt called to read those, and I'm glad I did, because I think that they are very much what's going on in this connection. I think that you both are not very great at dealing with conflict, and I think as a result, you both have kind of been taking time apart or not communicating just to kind of work out your feelings. Now, if you're the Lamb person, the biggest thing that I want to tell you is that your heart is the most important buddy that you can have in this situation, because I do think that there are people speaking in your ear that are they could be coming from a well-intentioned place, but truthfully, here's what I will say. If you wouldn't trade lives with them, you don't need to take advice from them. And there might be people giving you very egoic advice or telling you to just kind of forget the situation, move on, don't worry about it. And I don't know if it's the most helpful thing for you, but I feel like you both feel a little bit scorned. I feel like you both feel a little bit misunderstood. And I think that this dear person feels a deep resonance with you, and I think vice versa. But I think that when it comes to the dear person, they can almost be like, they could be smothering in the sense of like, you know, just being very protective, or maybe pushing boundaries in ways where the lamb person feels like it's not needed. But essentially the vibe here is that you both are confused but want this energy to change, and you might be kind of pitying yourself, or just recognizing that there's a blockage here and not sure how to get through it. But the biggest thing that I'm seeing here is that there's a lot of important lessons that you both are learning through this. I think the biggest thing is that for the lamb person, they may need more time. They need more silence. So if you're the lamb person, I think that there may be a lot of noise preventing you from seeing the truth of this situation. And it's also been a situation that's allowing you to kind of see where you can be more mature in conflict, or it's kind of your opportunity to step up to the plate and make your own decisions. I feel like the biggest thing I need to say is that you can trust yourself to make the right decision. You don't need anyone else's validation. You don't need anyone else telling you what to do. And in fact, you may want to ask yourself if you're almost giving other people control, so that if you make a decision that they suggest, then you can say, oh, well, it was their fault. I'm not saying that that's what you would do, but sometimes we have a tendency when we're afraid to take charge of our own lives to kind of allow people who would rather control us or tell us what to do, to literally tell us what to do, so that we don't have to deal with the fact that we may be wrong sometimes, or so that we don't have to live with making the wrong decision. But I feel like what you need to know, though, is that you both have love for each other. Like, you both are coming in with this green energy, and these were the cards that came out. It's just, I was very confused because these are very soft cards, and like it felt like there was much stronger energy. And so then when I pulled these, it made a lot more sense. And so I think right now you just both are in this energy where you're confused, you both care about each other, but at the same time, you both have triggered in wounds with one another, and you're trying to figure things out. I think you're afraid to talk about things. This dear person might have a lot on their plate as well. For you, you might be trying to kind of escape this situation, or surround yourself with distractions so that you don't have to kind of face what you're feeling internally. But that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. So let's go ahead and see how this person is feeling about you, because that might actually help you in terms of like what you should do, or because ultimately it's up to you, whatever you choose to do. But I think that this is a situation where maybe you're not used to conflict, or maybe you're not used to conflict with someone that you care about so deeply. And I just keep getting the vibe of like either I think it could be a mixture of friends and coworkers, or like peers at school, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I definitely feel like there are people talking in the lamb's ear, and I don't think that they're very helpful. And so if you are the lamb and people are giving you advice and you're like, I don't really think I should do that, don't feel like you have to value their opinion over yours. And if you don't want unsolicited advice, which I'm pretty much giving you, so sorry, but you're here for a reading, so like, and you don't have to take any of mine either. Ultimately, you have to weigh everything with your own best judgment and decide what works for you. But I definitely feel like there are people that either don't have your best interests at heart, or they mean well, but their advice isn't necessarily helpful or what you need. So let's go ahead and see how this person is feeling about you now. So pile 3. Let's Spirit, how is pile 3's person currently feeling about them? So we have the Magician in reverse. We have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. We have the Tower upright. Yeah, okay. This is making sense. All right. Can we clarify the Magician in reverse? Okay, yeah, we have the Fool in reverse. Clarifying the 3 of Pentacles, we have the 4 of Wands and the Moon. Oh, look at that moon, it's crying. Okay, what about the Queen of Wands? We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Clarifying the King of Pentacles in reverse, we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. And how about the Tower? Can we please clarify the Tower? Okay, yeah, we have the King of Cups in reverse. And on the back of the deck, we have the 3 of Wands, and underneath that, the Chariot. So first, right off the bat, I don't want to scare you with all of these reversals. Reversals don't automatically mean bad or negative. They serve a purpose, and nothing is ever good or bad. It's literally just whatever we project on them. But let's get into this. So to start, I definitely feel like this person is feeling a bit foolish, and that might be something that's kind of mirrored. They feel like they didn't feel heard whenever you both talked last, and they felt like they made a fool of themselves, or they felt like they said the wrong things. They worry that they may have come off as manipulative. That wasn't their intent, but I do think that they're aware of the fact that maybe they get involved in things that they shouldn't, or that they try to control outcomes too much. They do have such a protective energy over you, and I feel like they weren't considering your feelings enough, is one thing that I'm getting. And I feel like this person has a hard time letting go in a certain way, where because they're so protective, they might just worry about you, or even if they're right about certain things, they may not say it in the right ways. And I feel like this person wants to work with you towards this situation, but they're afraid. And I also wonder if they feel like they need more time, because they do want to move on from this situation. But with the 3 of Wands here, I feel like they're kind of waiting for either for the right time or for you to reach out to them. I'm not sure what their overall goal is. If this is resonating and you are interested in the extended, we are going to be looking at how the connection is shifting this person's actions towards you, and then we're going to get tons of channel messages from them and tons of advice. But we will do channel messages and advice in the free reading. I just wanted to let you know in case this is resonating. But with the 4 of Wands here, there is something about a celebration here. So I don't know if somebody's birthday is coming up, or there's like a graduation or a wedding or something where like you would see this person, where this person may be waiting for that event, because you know we do have the 3 of Wands and then the 4 of Wands. I feel like this person is hoping to make things good once again, because with the Moon card being here, I feel like look at how sad the Moon is. I feel so sad for the Moon, and I feel like this person recognizes that you really matter to them, and I feel like they've definitely been in their feels about this. Like when they lay their head on their pillow at night, like this is what they're thinking about, and I feel like it's kind of hard on them, and they're kind of afraid to face this. I don't know what happened between the two of you, but I definitely feel like things got blown out of proportion, and they weren't expecting this to happen. And I don't think you were either. And I feel like they kind of just mourn when you two were happy together, or mourn when things were all good. but they're doing a lot of reflecting, and I don't think they may actually be like using work or family as an excuse to kind of escape this situation. If this person had a difficult upbringing, there may have been things that you said that I think were innocent on your part, but triggered an insecurity or a wound within them that maybe caused them to act out in ways they normally wouldn't. This person could also be really insecure about their financial situation or about their material abundance. But I think this person recognizes that they lost their cool, and they're not very proud of that. And actually, there's almost this energy like they saw how they were like a parental figure of theirs in this situation. And I think that that was hard for them to come to terms with. I also think that this person has a pretty big abandonment wounds. And when those are triggered, I think that they can be highly reactive. And with this Page of Pentacles here, I feel like if you're younger than them or just less far along in life, I feel like they're really beating themselves up because they're feeling like they should have been the one to take the high road. They should have been the one to know better. They should have been the one to give you a break. But I definitely feel like they're waiting to kind of let the situation continue cooling because they don't want to be in the situation where they're like trying to make up and something is said that may be innocent or just one-off comment, I feel like could set them off again, and they're kind of aware of that, so they're keeping their distance a little bit. It's like they're intentionally not communicating because they're waiting. They're definitely waiting. It's like they're waiting to know when the right time is. But with the King of Pentacles in reverse, with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, this person is overly protective. And I feel like they have a hard time with trusting in the universe. Like, this person could have trust issues in general, but I almost feel like, especially if you have like a family connection to this person, or you just, or it doesn't even have to be family. I just feel like this person is very protective over you and has a hard time trusting that you can handle things on your own. But you can. But because this person is protective, I feel like they see ill intentions or ill will of other people. They have a really hard time just sitting back and allowing you to figure that out for yourself. But it's like with the Three of Wands, this person is recognizing that they need to, like, they have some problematic patterns that they need to let go of. Because with the Tower here and the King of Cups in reverse, you may have felt like this person didn't care as much as they actually did. I don't think that this person shows their emotions as much as they feel them. I think that they're very good at keeping up a facade of like emotion. Like, I think the only emotion that comes out of them that's very passionate is like anger. And so I think that that's what you both really saw in one another. And with the Tower here being here, I feel like this person is really devastated about what happened between the two of you, and really like, you know, how could it have escalated this much? And if you notice, there's lots of hands involved here. So this person almost feels like there were other people in your environment or your shared environment that contributed to this. They almost feel like other people got involved when they shouldn't have. But at the same time, they feel like the divine had a hand in this, but I think that they are really beating themselves up or trying to kind of suppress their emotions because they are really upset with how things have played out here. I feel like they have really, like, they either love you or care about you very deeply. And I feel like they didn't show that in this last interaction. And they want things to be hunky-dory between the two of you, but they fully recognize that there has to be some resolution first. And I think you both are kind of avoiding that resolution, or this person is waiting for the right time to have that resolution. And I think as well, this person is kind of giving you space because I think one thing that they've realized is that you deserve to be able to work through things on your own. This person shouldn't have to be domineering in any way, or it's like they almost want you to come to them so that they know that they don't, that they're not forcing this connection, or that they're not forcing you to feel a certain way. Because, yeah, man, this situation is complex. Like, there's a lot of intense energy here. And I feel like there's a lot of outside factors that are making this a bigger deal than it should have been. But I almost feel like this was a long time coming. Like, there could have been issues in your connection with this person where, like, you both were kind of walking on eggshells, or like there were subtle things that you both were frustrated by in the other that you weren't really overtly saying, or you weren't really confident enough to say. But it honestly just kind of feels like you and this person have a lot of care for each other and are just in this space right now where you're taking the time to kind of figure out how you both can grow from this situation and what you really want to do. I feel like this person does want to move forward from this situation. Yeah, like this Ace of Cups is totally like an apology to me. Like this person, you know, wants to be like, hey, like, I'm sorry. I feel like this person wants resolution. It's like they're kind of just waiting to be in a place where they can admit their wrongdoings as well. Because I feel like this person, especially if they're like a parent or they're in charge of other people, takes a lot of pride in being able to care and provide for others. And so it's not very easy for them to admit when they're wrong, because I do feel like there's a part of them that feels like they're wrong, but they may have also viewed some of your actions as very careless or as disrespectful to yourself. Like maybe they didn't approve of certain behaviors, which, to be fair, like, it's your life, your body, you can do what you want. But maybe this person was coming from a place of concern, but for you, it may have felt like controlling or unfair. I feel like this person maybe recognizes people or circumstances in your life that aren't the healthiest, and I feel like they do worry about you, but they're recognizing that they have to let you fight your own battles. They have to let you do what you need to do. But I think there are just things that you said that struck chords in them very deeply that are causing them to look more internally at aspects of themselves that maybe they need to heal. But they're still kind of upset about that because it's almost like they can't live in ignorance to those things anymore. They have to kind of look at parts of themselves that maybe they ignored. And I think this person is afraid that this connection won't be something that can be healed, but I absolutely think it can be. I think this person's just being incredibly hard on themselves, and they're really reflecting on what got you both to this point. And I also think they're doing a lot of inner child healing, but it may not be like overt. They may not be consciously aware that what they're doing is healing their inner child, but they're reflecting a lot on their past and a lot on their parental figures or whoever raised them. It doesn't even have to be their parental figures. It could be people in their family or people that raised them, or that even like mentor type figures that they learned a lot from, and they may have picked up on some habits that aren't the healthiest that either this person thought was normal or something like that. But they're recognizing where they need to not overstep their bounds. And I also think they're recognizing where they can't allow their concern or their own emotions to override what's fair to you. And I feel like this person is almost kind of reaching this point in their reflection where they're like, I guess this needed to happen. I guess this was a long time coming. I guess this was going to happen at some point. They hate that it's happened this way. They hate that this situation has gotten to this point. But after the Tower comes the Star. And I think this person is hoping that this could lead to some healing and it could help you both grow and mature. So overall, I feel like this is a situation where you both are like learning a lot from this and really taking your time to kind of heal and grow. But I'm gonna go ahead and get some channeled messages. I've been kind of picking different channeled messages for each group, and I think for you guys I'm gonna choose the Hidden Truth Oracle because I think it will give the most clarifying information. Cutting the deck. I wish I could take back my words. Yeah, this person definitely, like, the one really interesting thing here is that there's no swords energy. There's no air energy. And so I feel like both of you were so heated in the moment, you may not remember what you said to each other. And so this may be an opportunity to recognize how when you're in a triggered state or an emotionally heightened state, you may not have much control over what you say, or you may not realize the impact of your words. I don't think this person realizes the impact of their words. So if you are going to be in like a resolution state with this person at some point, it may be useful to talk about how their words impacted you, and maybe vice versa. I feel like you both are trying to remain practical here, and there's a lot of care and concern here, but there's not a whole lot of like overthinking, which I guess is good. I think more than anything, there's just reflection and maybe a bit of avoidance on both of your parts. So Spirit, what would pile 3's person say to pile 3 if they could be completely honest? Just being near you is intoxicating. Like I said, if this is a family member or something like that, take it as it resonates. I am becoming a better person. We will be together again. I absolutely believe that. Like, this person cares about you way too much to just let this like be the end. I'm starting to understand our connection. Yeah, I definitely think that if this is a romantic connection, I think that there's a lot of learning to do in terms of like how you both could push each other's buttons. I replay our conversations over and over. Wow, these are coming out. I feel you even though we are apart. Yeah. This person feels really bad, like really bad. I think they said some things that they didn't mean. I can't stop thinking about you, and I left you before you could leave me. So yeah, maybe in this argument, they left first or something like that. I feel called to pull more, so I'm gonna pull more. Just don't tell the other piles. And if you're from one of the other piles, hi, I love you, but desperate times call for desperate measures. We need to let each other go, which I don't think, I mean, with we will be together again, I feel like this is kind of like we just need to take that space. I knew exactly what I was doing. I left when I saw you with someone, and on the back of the deck we have the timing just wasn't right for us, and I will wait for a sign from you. So definitely take those as they resonate, because I feel like for some of you, not all of them are going to, but we also have I lost myself for a little while. It's on the top. I bury myself in work to forget you, and I am afraid to contact you. Yeah, there's definitely some time that needs to pass here, but I feel like this person, no matter what your situation is, I feel like for example, like with the timing just wasn't right for us. This may have not been like romantic timing. It's like maybe it was the wrong time to get into an argument because maybe you both were stressed or something like that, or, you know, something like that. So take those as they resonate, but I'm going to go ahead and get some advice for you now, pile 3, and we are going to look at what you need to surrender. And as I cut the deck, surrender the habit of people pleasing. So we'll see if that comes out, but we'll just get some advice for you, and then I will take it over into the extended. So Spirit, what advice do you have for pile 3? What do they need to surrender? Yeah. Surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. So yeah, don't feel like you have to take any action if you're not ready. Like, don't force yourself to do something. Like, take the time that you need to work through these feelings and do whatever you feel is right. Surrender to your full power. Your life is calling you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. We also have surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. And surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet, meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and life will flow more easily. Surrender unhealthy relationships. You know what? I got a download as soon as this card came out. When I left, when I saw you with someone, there could be a particular friend of yours that this person really doesn't like, or a particular person in your life that this person really doesn't like, and that could have set them off. Obviously, that's not your problem, but like if there is, I'll let this card speak for itself. But I left when I saw you with someone, it could have been something like that. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. What else? Surrender your fear of intimacy. You're ready to let love in, compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. We also have surrender defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. And then on the back of the deck, we have surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. And we also have, I feel like this was called, I feel like you needed to see this. Surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. So, wow, okay. This was a general reading, so I hope that that was helpful, but this was a lot of energy, a lot of different stuff going on and a lot of components. So if you made it to the end, you're a true homie. But I think that's all I have for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for watching my ads. That's the simplest and easiest way to support me in the channel. But if you'd like to support me in the channel in other ways, you can check out the extended. You can like this video. That's super helpful. You can comment down below. Let me know how it resonates. I'm honestly kind of interested, but like, do you? Because the biggest thing I do want to stress is that like there is a lot of love here between you and this person, but ultimately, you know, you got to do what's best for you. You can also subscribe if you haven't already. Click that little notification bell if you'd like to be part of my notification squad. Also, you can check out my social media, though do be aware I have scammers presently pretending to be me. So I do not offer personal readings. I will not slide into your DMs and offer you a personal reading. Or they say stupid shit like, hello, do you want me to consider you for a personal reading? Like, honey, you'd consider anyone because you're a scammer. And I also have merch linked below. But that's all I have for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. And thank you so much for being here. I am sending you my love. I hope that the situation works out. Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, pile 4. If you guys chose this fire quartz stone, I'm gonna put it over here, and the Celtic Tarot, this is going to be your reading. But to make sure this is your reading, we are going to do an energy check first to make sure you'll resonate with this. So I did set intentions for these cards to represent you and for these cards to represent your person. So I'm going to refer to this pile as you and this pile as your person, though the energies may be flip-flopped. That's absolutely okay. Or you may find that you resonate with both energies in different ways. That's absolutely okay too. Just take it how it resonates. But if you don't resonate with this pile at all, I would say this is likely not your pile, and I would either check another pile or maybe check out a different reading, or I don't know, eat a sandwich, live your life. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the reading. So starting with potentially your energy, we have the Otter, we have Trust, we have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. And we have Soul Connection. This is a connection between souls that recognize each other from a past life. And then your person's energy is being represented by the Stingray, True Love, Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle. And Running. Reality can sometimes feel too hard to face. And then the connecting energies between the two of you, we have Peachy Paradise, enjoy the view in front of you, happiness, contentment, gratitude, and we have Reciprocity. So, okay, there is some energy today. One thing I find really interesting is that there's actually some repeating oracle cards from past piles, but I love that because the energy is it's like same cards, different energy. Anyway, that's not even important, but let's go ahead and start with your energy because I love this energy so much. So I feel like if you pick this pile, you are likely in a good place. I mean, unless you resonate more with the Stingray's energy, which in that case we will get to. But if you are the Otter, I definitely feel like you are in a good place right now, and you're working on your vibes. Like, you're just working really hard on them, you know? You're like really conscious of your vibes and what you're putting out there. And I don't know why I'm talking like this, but I just feel like you've got this good energy, just good vibes, you know? You get it, brother? But yeah, I feel like you're in a really good place right now. And I don't feel like that's because things externally are like super amazing. They could be, and that could be aiding this, but I feel like more than anything, you are choosing to find contentment in your current present circumstances, which is amazing and so healthy and in such alignment with where you're supposed to be. I feel like you are choosing happiness, you're choosing joy, you're trying to celebrate every day and trying to celebrate, Spirit, don't bring that into my brain. I just heard it's every day, bro. You know, that Jake Paul song, I was like, absolutely not. This is a positive place, a positive space. We're not doing that. But I definitely feel like you are coming to terms with your feelings in this connection. I think that you are really happy, and like, even if you don't externally feel happy, it's either like contentment and peacefulness or like actual joy. I feel like you're doing things that you enjoy. You're doing things that you feel passionate about. And I think that your connection to spirit is a lot deeper than it has been in the past, or you're just feeling very connected. I also think that you are very comfortable in how you feel for this person. Just starting with soul connection, I feel like you feel a deep connection to this person. I think that you definitely have feelings for this person. One thing that I like is that you both are showing up in water energy. So you could both be water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or you could have like the same sign, like element sign. So you could both be a fire sign, you could both be earth sign, air sign, something like that. But you certainly don't have to be. But I think this talks more about emotions than signs, because you both are coming in pretty good energies, which we'll talk about your person in a second. But I feel like no matter where you're at with this connection, you're trusting the universe on this one. You're not trying to control things. I feel like you're just going with the flow. And I feel like you're just allowing the universe to kind of do things as they will. I also feel like you may feel like you've had past lives with this person, or that like you and this person have done a lot of healing with this connection, or you feel like maybe you have been doing just a lot of healing in your own life, and this could be for some of you a newer connection, or you just feel like you're in a good place, in a good energy, and like you're expressing that good energy and your connection with this person. But I feel like this Age of Light card kind of speaks to a deeper element of you where you may be spiritual or have spiritual gifts or something like that. And I think that you are either expressing them or just tapping into your own wisdom, tapping into your own intuition, finding gratitude for the present moment and things like that. And I feel like you just don't have very many expectations. You're just, I will say, I was watching an interview with the drag queen Katya, because she is a queen, and she said something like expectations are premeditated resentments. I don't know, I just thought that was interesting. I felt like I would share it. But I feel like you are literally just trying to be in the present moment, not trying to control the situation. You trust that the universe has your highest good in mind. And I feel like you trust what you feel in this connection. I love how similar these two cards are. Oh my gosh, it looks like my nails. But it's just like you're not controlling the situation, and you're just trusting how things are aligning here. And you're not getting in your head. You're not, I mean, maybe a little bit, but it's not coming up here because these are the main energies. I feel like you're just trusting. You're just trusting what's going on. You're trusting the situation, and you're not trying to control things. You're just trying to let things be as they will. Moving over to your person. Now, this is where it gets a little bit dicey, but not in like a very bad way. It's just a kind of way where it's like, I don't know what your situation with this person is. For some of you, you could be with this person already. For others, you could be dating. For others, you may not be talking to this person at all. With the soul connection card being here, I feel like you have a deeper awareness, no matter where you're at with this connection, that the energy that is shared between the two of you is much stronger than any illusions in the 3D. But when it comes to this person, I think that they are starting to accept that they have really deep feelings for you. And this Stingray card talks about being at a place between your old life and a new life, getting rid of old habits and patterns and your comfort zone and moving into something new. I feel like this connection is outside of this person's comfort zone because of this card right here, this true love card, which, by the way, I just love all the rainbows going on. It makes me so happy. But I feel like this person is starting to grow a spine and a sense of self, where maybe in the past they were too afraid of what they were experiencing, or maybe they were afraid of intimacy or emotional connections. And I feel like they are starting to figure out what it is that they truly want. And with this pillar of light here, I feel like they are ascending a lot. And part of this ascension is listening to what their heart is telling them. And I feel like this person definitely loves you, or feels like this connection could be that, or that they have the potential to fall in love with you. With this running card being here, this person may be running from that. Reality can sometimes feel too hard to face, and that might be why for some of you this person is taking a step back to like kind of take some time. They may literally be running from this connection or just running from their feelings, but I feel like this is something that they're growing out of, because maybe they've been running for a while and they're trying to ascend and overcome this. They are starting to be more confident in who they are and trust what they're feeling. I also feel like this person could have a lot of friends or family that influence their actions, and I think they're starting to realize how that may be holding them back or keeping them in their comfort zone, because I think that this person may have been doing a lot of things that suppress them, like partying or overworking, or just doing things to escape this connection and their feelings, because I think it triggered awareness in them that maybe they weren't ready to face. And so I feel like now they're starting to integrate their emotional body in a way that they weren't before. The fact that they are coming through as an emotion card or a feelings card, water card, is a really good sign, because I think they are starting to accept the reality of how they feel and taking action to align with those feelings. And maybe those feelings have nothing to do with you in terms of taking action. Like, they may just be doing things to feel stronger in themselves, to feel stronger in what they believe in and who they are. I feel like this is a process of figuring themselves out, and I feel like their feelings for you have been an opportunity for them to figure out a lot. But they're starting to grow stronger and trust how they feel. And I think as a result, they are rising to your level and ascending. I feel like you're already in this pretty high vibe place, and it kind of seems like you're waiting on this person in some way, like waiting for them to come towards you, waiting for them to make some sort of offer, waiting for them to ascend the level of commitment already here. It could be different for all of you, because you know, energies can resonate, but the semantics of your situation may differ. Because with this reciprocity card, I feel like the biggest thing is like you both feel the same way about each other, which I guess we'll see when we look in their feelings, because that will be a sign. But I also feel like with reciprocity, there are 2 candles here, 2 flames here. So I'm just gonna leave that at that. This connection ultimately is whatever you decided to be. Nobody can decide that but you. I'm not gonna lie, there is a bit of a sexual energy here. I feel like there's a lot of attraction there. Only take that if it resonates, but I do feel like there's a lot of desire on both ends, a lot of desire for closeness and the desire for something deeper. I feel like you both are very attracted to each other, and there is a hint of intimidation with one another, where I feel like even though the otter is in such like a high vibe place, I feel like they're not wanting to get their bubble popped by this person's stinger and like, you know, be rejected or get hurt in some sort of way. So I almost feel like for some of you, the otter might be keeping their distance and just trying to give the stingray person space to kind of figure out what it is that they need to figure out. Because I definitely think that the stingray person, I'm really proud of the stingray person, I'm not gonna lie. I think they are doing a lot to overcome afflictions and addictions, and I feel like they're also, you know, starting to stand up for what they actually want and not letting external sources dissuade them. But I also feel like their heart is just, they can't ignore it anymore, and it's almost like they can't ignore certain deeper truths. And sorry, I burped. But burps are a sign of releasing negativity and releasing energy that needs to get out. So I do feel like this person is in a huge process of release. And I feel like I don't know why I didn't pick up on this earlier. I think the upcoming full moon could be very significant for the both of you. If you're watching this when I first upload it, I think the next full moon is a full moon in Virgo on the 18th, but this is a timeless reading, so it could be the closest full moon to whenever you are watching this. But I definitely think that there is a sense of you both starting to feel like you're getting things figured out, and not in a way where it's like you feel overconfident, but just where like you feel content with where life is. If you and this person are together, I definitely feel like you both are very happy with where things are at. I feel like you both are happy with each other. I feel like the energy exchange between the two of you is really mutual. I feel like you're grateful for the presence in one another's lives. I definitely just feel like the stingray person may be overwhelmed by their feelings no matter what type of connection this is. But if this is a connection where you may be dating, or things are kind of up in the air, or you're not really sure what's going on, I feel like you both are just trying to find gratitude for the present moment, because I do think that there are aspects of this connection that are overwhelming, but I feel like the passion more so than anything is reciprocated here, and like the feelings run really deep. So let's go ahead and look at this person's feelings, because I am very curious to see what is going to come through there. So you guys picked the Celtic Tarot. I'm just going to give these a couple shuffles. And I will say while I'm shuffling that if this resonates and you want to keep the party going, there will be an extended. And in the extended, we are going to look at how this connection is shifting. We'll also look at this person's next moves towards you, and we'll get tons of channeled messages and tons of advice. I'm pulling from like so many different decks, and they've all been very interesting so far. So if that is something you're interested in, it will be linked below. But don't worry, we will also get channeled messages and advice in this reading as well. Yeah, that was such a bad shuffle. We gotta do one more, and then we'll get into it. Okay. So Spirit, how is pile 4's person currently feeling about pile 4? Woof, okay. So this is coming out on its side. Where do you want to go? Okay, well, I just want to make sure this doesn't want to. All right, I'm going to put it like that for now. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Death card. Some Scorpio energy present. We have the 2 of Cups in reverse. Okay, let's get some clarifiers. The Ace of Wands. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. 9 of Swords in reverse. 4 of Swords upright. We have the Fool in reverse. Page. Okay, we have the King. Why do these keep going? Okay, we also have a schlong on the... I forgot that these are like... Okay, I'm going to put this in reverse. But I'm also just going to like... I guess since he's the King of Cups... Sorry, not body shaming, just trying not to get demonetized. We have the Moon in reverse. And can we clarify the 2 of Cups in reverse, please? Spirit. We have the Ace of Cups upright. Okay. And on the back of the deck, we have the Devil in reverse and the Magician upright. I feel like I want to leave that there. This is actually really awesome. Okay. So... you both are definitely working through some shadow energies right now. I guess I'm just going to turn this upright because that's the way I felt it wanted to be. This person has a lot of desire towards you, like so much desire towards you that it's kind of overriding their fears, because this person definitely is in a place where they're not necessarily ready to like make a move or make a grander move, so to speak, but there's a lot of passion and a lot of desire, and I feel like they can only hold back for so long. I feel like they've really been tortured by their thoughts in this connection, and I feel like they're tired of that. Like, I'm just hearing sleepless nights, and I think there have been a lot of sleepless nights. I feel like this person is manifesting you, and I think one of the biggest things that is happening is with the Shadow card, they're starting to work through their devil energy, so to speak, enough to where, or healing their devil energy, not in a way where like they're the devil. I feel like it's more so that their devil energy really restricts them and holds them back. And they're starting to recognize that they have more power over that, you know, like as above, so below. And like what's really interesting is with this Magician card, it's like, first of all, this gives me disco vibes. Like this person wants to boogie. But I feel like they're recognizing that they hold more power than they realize. And I think the physical energy between the two of you, the best way I can put it, is partially a motivator in getting this person out of a passive energy. But they're definitely not making moves right now because they are afraid of change. Like, with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, with the King of Cups in reverse, I feel like this person is typically very closed off to their emotions. And I feel like at times their emotions can be very volatile in the sense that they can suppress them to the point where they come out in very intense ways that makes them fear that they would maybe be over the top. I feel like this person wants to open the lines of communication, or if you're already talking, this person wants to reach out soon. Or if you're already dating, I feel like this person maybe doesn't let on like how deep their feelings truly are for you, because I think they're almost a bit embarrassed by it. I feel like they have a lot of feelings of shame or judgment around intimate connection. I feel like they're worried about, if you're not in a relationship with this person, I feel like they fear sometimes getting hurt again, or getting hurt in general, or that maybe this is too good to be true, or that it's not what they actually think it is. But they're doing a lot of healing. I think the biggest thing is that they are doing so much healing, and it's really, really helping move this situation along. If you've been doing a lot of healing, this is a sign too that it's positively affecting this person as well, this situation as well, keep doing your healing. I feel like this person has suppressed emotion for you so long, and I feel like they're no longer trying to censor their thoughts as much. I also feel like their dreams play a huge role. Like, maybe they have a lot of dreams about you or something like that, but they're tired of keeping you in the dark, and they're tired of having this situation kind of control them, because whether you realize it or not, this situation has been controlling them, and not in ways that I think they're very happy about. I feel like this person recognizes that they can be unreliable sometimes, or kind of fickle, and I feel like they want to change that. Part of their fickle nature or unreliable nature comes from the fact that they are very afraid of what they feel, and I also think that they are still discovering their sense of self, and so that makes it more challenging to kind of trust what they feel. I feel like this person is afraid of being swindled in some way, and this person also wants to make sure that they're not just feeling lust, but I mean, we saw the cards before. Like, this person isn't just feeling lust, but I think that this person isn't used to having emotions like this, and I think that they are very used to having a more negative outlook, a more negative dialogue with themselves, and I feel like they really want to change the energy in this connection. But I also think that they're, one, very afraid of rejection, or two, they're very afraid of deeper commitment or intimacy. And I think that is something that they're recognizing that they don't need to be afraid of. I feel like this person is realizing that they can actually heal this stuff. Yeah, with the Four of Wands, it's like, I feel like this person is jumping the gun a little bit, in the sense of, yeah, the Empress, they definitely see you as like an ideal partner if they're not with you already. I feel like they're afraid of being rejected by you, and I think that they're very afraid of what the potential of this connection could be. I think that they've never been in a balanced connection before, unless you're already with them, then before you. And so it's very overwhelming for them to be in a place where they could be vulnerable, where they could get hurt. And I think that, one, if you're already in a relationship with them, if like the relationship hasn't been too great, or you guys just kind of haven't been on the same wavelength, I feel like this person wants to give you insight as to why that is, and also like reignite what you have. Like with this Ace of Cups, I feel like this person wants to come in and be like, hey, you know, I really want to balance this out. And if you're not in a connection with this person, I feel like this person wants to offer you Like, I feel like they want to be honest about their feelings or open up the potential for there to be something more here, but they're kind of afraid of either being rejected or they're afraid of what that commitment would look like. With the moon in reverse with death upright, I feel like this person is tired of not knowing, though. They're tired of being afraid of this situation. They're tired of this situation ruling them, because I feel like in the past, running from this connection, I feel like they assumed that they were in control by running from it, but they're realizing that by them running away from the connection, they're actually giving the situation more power. The fact that they can't face it goes to show that they're allowing their fear and the things that they don't understand or the things that they're afraid of to overpower what they truly feel. And so I feel like with this shadow card being here, this person is recognizing that they've been pushing away an opportunity to connect more deeply with you because they're afraid of that intimacy, because they're afraid of something good happening. I feel like this person is afraid of good things happening. I feel like this person almost creates self-fulfilling prophecies in their life because they don't trust themselves to make the right investments. They don't trust themselves to be the right person. I feel like, I don't know if this person got cheated on in the past, but I feel like they're just very afraid of finding out that what they desire is actually an illusion. But I feel like what they're waiting to find out is that it's actually reality. With the death card here, this person definitely wants change in this connection. They really want the opportunity to change how they view this connection and change how this connection affects them. Because I feel like as they heal, they're recognizing where they misplaced judgments towards you. And I also think that they're recognizing that just because they experienced things in the past doesn't mean that that has to be their present or their future. I feel like they're still too afraid to share their true feelings. I feel like it overwhelms them how deep their feelings run. But I feel like this person wants to give it a shot with you, but they're waiting for the best time, or they're waiting for the time to strike, or they're waiting for a time when they feel more empowered. They could be waiting for you to make a move, but I think that's really up to you. I think more so than anything, it's like they feel a deep resonance with you, but they're afraid of reciprocating that, because what happens after? Does it end horribly, or what if it's good? What if it's bad? I feel like this person's just overthinking everything and then denying their reality and being like, I just think pile 4 is hot. Like, that's it. I'm just attracted to them, when they're not recognizing how deep everything runs. But they're tired of keeping you in the dark. I feel like they recognize that they haven't been very fair to you, and that they've acted kind of dumb in the past, or they've acted in ways that weren't really in alignment with their truth. But I feel like their emotions kind of make them act a fool sometimes. And so now they're kind of having to face the fact that if they want to feel empowered in this connection, if they want to face you, then they have to change. They have to trust themselves. They have to be willing to be vulnerable and make a move or be open to an offer from you. And so I feel like the biggest thing that's happening right now is this person is deciding that they don't want to be chained by their fears anymore, and that they can overpower them. I feel like they just feel a really deep connection to you, and it's like they can't ignore it anymore. I'm sorry I'm so silent. I'm waiting on Spirit. Like, I feel like Spirit's trying to tell me something. I'm hearing the song Kiss Me More. by Doja Cat. But this Four of Swords card really is really similar to this. Your vibration is rising. And so I think that they are really healing a lot with their mindset. And I think they're recognizing how a lot of their viewpoints were maybe immature. There's a lot of change happening right now, and I think it's uncomfortable. And I think they're waiting for them to have like a more stable understanding of what's going on here to kind of make some sort of move. But they feel either the potential for this to be something deeper, and that either freaks them out, or it's something that they're like, is it worth taking that risk towards? This is a very cautious person, is like one thing that I can tell. I feel like they also maybe are insecure about what they have or what they don't have, like in a material sense. But I feel like they just can't ignore their emotions anymore. And so I feel like if you're not talking to this person, I feel like you're probably going to be picking up on their energy a lot. I feel like the biggest thing is uncertainty on your end. Like, do you have a cup that you want to offer too? Like, I think that they really feel like they can't handle rejection right now. And there's a part of them where they feel like they still need to heal parts of their past before they can truly feel ready to move forward. But the biggest thing is that they want change. So if you're already with this person, I feel like whatever's been happening in your dynamic, they're ready to change that. And either, you know, say, hey, let's work through these issues. Or if you're not with this person, I feel like this person wants to be open to you because their feelings are really deep. And I feel like they recognize that they can't just keep running from things that they fear forever, because then they will always have power over them. And I think this person has gained more awareness on how their emotions overpower them and cause them to act a fool sometimes. I feel like this person may be holding back because they're afraid of embarrassing themselves again, because they really respect your opinion. And part of them is afraid that they're not a worthy partner or not a worthy person. And I think that's something that they're healing now that they're starting to get a deeper sense of self. More than anything though, it's like when it comes to their feelings, I think they know how they feel. I feel like they feel really deeply for you. I feel like they either are in love with you, they love you, or they feel very strongly for you, and that scares the hell out of them. But we have two aces here, and I feel like this person may feel more comfortable coming towards you in a more lighthearted way than in a more emotional way, but I think there's deeper emotion behind it. But I feel like this person is also worried that maybe you don't have deeper emotions, maybe you're just attracted to them, you know what I mean? There's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of overthinking here, and a lot of like what ifs and a lot of fear. But this person is starting to overpower it and recognize what they do have power over. And I think that that is a really good sign and really helpful. And actually what I noticed is that we have a 12 on this little cauldron, and with the 13 we have death. So I feel like this person is recognizing that they don't have to be defined by their fears. So in terms of their feelings, they kind of know how they feel about you. It's much more so like, what are they going to do about it? And how are they going to respond? Because more so than anything, I really think they're trying to stop from feeling so held back and trying to stop giving I feel like they need to stop giving their power away. And that's the biggest thing that's really held them back. So I'm going to go ahead and get some channeled messages from them, because I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Like, not a whole lot is coming through in terms of their feelings. It's more so like, what do they do about it, and the fears because of it. But, you know, if you're in that outer energy, I feel like you can just vibe. Or if you feel called to make a move, you can do that. Let's just go ahead and see here. Spirit, what would pile 4's person say to pile 4? I'm thinking about you right now. Yeah, they think about you all the time. I'm not gonna lie. What else do we have? We need to improve separately. So with that Four of Swords, that might be what they're doing right now. Or maybe if you've been doing that a lot, maybe they're recognizing that they're gonna have to face you at some point. I am still recovering. We have send me a text. So for some of you, if you feel called to do that, you should. What else? Spirit. I am concocting a plan to make you mine, and don't let someone come between us. I think this person has fears that there's someone better for you, or that you may already be with someone, or that like they'll miss their chance. I wish we'd reconnect. See, we need to improve separately, but I wish we'd reconnect. Like, I definitely think that this person may be prolonging meeting up with you or reaching out to you or creating a shift in this connection out of fear. What else would they say? You are my end game. I can put that fish back because we no longer have long schlong magong out there. Okay, what else, Spirit? We have I love you, babe. So I do think that this person loves you or has very strong feelings for you. And I think with that being on top of the moon, like I think that their feelings for you are very scary. I think that that's not something that they're used to. We also have we've met in a past life, which that soul connection card talked about, and on the back of the deck we have you are changing me. So I definitely think that your influence on this person is, I just want to be boring with you underneath that. Your influence on this person is almost kind of forcing them to face things that they haven't wanted to face. And I think that you are a huge inspiration to them. And I think that they're just getting to this point where it's like they can't ignore what they're feeling anymore. But let's go ahead and get you some advice before we go into the extended. Let's see what these surrender cards want you to know. So Spirit, what advice do you have for pile 4, please? Surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace, which I think a lot of you have been doing already. Surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your body, mind, and spirit. We also have surrender, denial. Accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the best decisions. We also have surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. We also have surrender to prayer. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe and answers and support will arrive. What else, Spirit? Surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. Surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more clearly. And we have surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve relationships. And on the back of the deck, we have surrender resentments. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life. And surrender the habit of people-pleasing came out. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. So, pile 4. I feel like, I don't know, this reading is definitely up in the air when I'm filming this, but I feel like with the way that you're tapped in, I feel like you can trust yourself to navigate this situation, because honestly, this person knows how they feel about you, and I think you know how they feel about you. I think it's more so what are they going to do about it and how are they going to resolve what they're going through. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for watching my ads. That is the simplest and easiest way to support me. But if you would like to support me in other ways, you can check out the extended, which will be linked below. You can like this video, which is very helpful. You can comment down below, let me know how it resonates. You could subscribe if you haven't already. You can check out my social media, though do be aware that I have tons of scammers pretending to be me. They're dumb assholes, but Instagram won't do anything about it. So just know that I do not offer personal readings, and I will not slide into your DMs offering you a personal reading. If anyone claims to be me and says that they're doing that, that is not me. And I have merch, but that is all I have. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye.